Hello and welcome. You're watching This is Exclusive with me, Shavin. And tonight I come to you with two super exclusive stories. Multiple lapses found in a DGCA inspection done on Air India. Tonight we reveal what are the lapses that have been highlighted by the DGCA and how exactly is the airline really responding. The other big story that I'm coming to you tonight is with regards to a global crackdown on digital arrests. How exactly have governments really come together to combat this menace? All this and much more on this edition of This is Exclusive. But up first, let me take you through the headlines we're tracking at this hour. It's the document that no other channel has. Republic exposes the details of the DGCA investigation on Air India. Over 50 lapses reported in the month of July. Biggest ever global digital arrest racket busted in Cambodia. Operation carried out based on Indian intelligence inputs. Four Al-Qaeda operatives in Gujarat ATS custody. Investigation reveals disturbing pattern of promoting jihad ideology online. Supreme Court stays Bombay High Court judgment on acquittal of 12 accused persons in connection with the 2006 Mumbai train blast. No re-arrest to be done. Ladies and gentlemen, in recent months, Air India has faced intense scrutiny following a series of safety lapses and a catastrophic crash that has shaken public confidence. The tragic 12th of June crash of flight AI-171, a Boeing 7878 Dreamliner in Ahmedabad, has cast a harsh spotlight on the airline's operations, maintenance, practices and regulatory compliance. The airline's troubles extend beyond the Ahmedabad tragedy. India's aviation regulator, the DGCA, has issued multiple warnings to Air India for safety violations in the past 6 months, including show cause notices for issues ranging from overdue maintenance check to crew scheduling failures. Tonight, we bring to you a mega exclusive, a sensational document that I'm holding that puts the spotlights on not just one or two, but a staggering amount of oversights. Ladies and gentlemen, let me begin by taking you through each of the details, the lapses that have been highlighted by the DGCA following an inspection at the Air India office. Starting with the big breaking news now coming in, aviation watchdog DGCA has put Air India in the dock with a staggering 50 safety and compliance violations, warning that passenger safety is at serious risk. The aviation regulator has issued multiple show cause notices, demanding the airline to provide documentary evidence of corrective measures within days, following a series of lapses that include crew scheduling failures, overdue maintenance checks, and inadequate training protocols. Sources revealed DGCA's patience is now wearing thin, with threats of severe penalties, including potential license suspension if Air India fails to address these systemic issues promptly. Now, I'm going to take you through each of the details that have been flagged off in the DGCA audit report. I just want to quickly get our cameras on this report that I'm holding right now. I'm going to take you through each of the details, which basically looks into three parts. On your screens right now, I'm going to show you first this document that I'm holding. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the DGCA audit report. The DGCA team, led by Captain Adhiraj Yadav, who was part of the meeting, as well as name of the auditors. This particular report that you see flags off multiple failures and non-compliance on the part of the airline. Let me just quickly take you through each of them. Number one, with regards to the training manuals itself, Air India has also issued a response that I'm going to put out in a short while from now, but let me just quickly show you through the help of each of the graphics that we have put out. Critical breaches that have been seen. The report basically reveals that ultra long haul flights were operated with inadequate cabin crew, while pilots flew despite invalid simulator checks. Shockingly, flight duty time limits were exceeded by over 2 hours on long-haul routes. Crucial simulator training was conducted on unqualified simulators, raising some serious questions about the regulatory compliance and passenger safety. We have shown you 4 lapses in terms of the critical breaches by Air India. On your screens right now, I'm going to just quickly take you through once again these 4 lapses under the critical breaches by Air India. Lapse number 1, ultra-long flights were basically flown with inadequate crew members. Number 2, pilots were basically operating after invalid simulator checks, which essentially takes away some of the training that they would have got. Lapse number 3, flight duty time has been exceeded by 2 hours, especially in the ultra-long flights. Unqualified simulators for training. Now, let's take a look at what are the other systemic gaps that this DGCA audit basically refers to. The report basically points to a complete lack of defined reporting lines, leading to accountability breakdowns across departments. Additionally, crew were rostered without mandatory rest or weekly offs, violating flight safety norms. The audit also found the use of outdated training manuals and incomplete or mismatched pilot documentation, exposing glaring gaps in oversight training and regulatory compliance. So a quick summary of what we know, the systemic gaps that have been highlighted in this. Can we go back to lapse number 1? That is no defined reporting lines in Air India, which basically says that there is a DGCA mandate which has not been followed. Lapse number 2, crew scheduled without improper rest or a weekly off. Now that's quite a cause of concern. Lapse number 3, outdated training manuals that have been used by the airline. Lapse number 4, incomplete and mismatched pilot documentation. These are the systemic gaps that have been highlighted. Let's now take you through the other. The training gaps, which is essentially important, ladies and gentlemen, within Air India. DGCA audit basically says that there have been shocking training deficiencies within Air India, posing serious safety concerns. The audit found incomplete recurrent training for B777 and B787 pilots, lack of low visibility operational approval for A350 aircraft. Alarmingly, many cabin crew were unaware of the essential safety regulations, while training centers and warning cards lacked proper regulatory approvals. Not just that, the airline was also found non-compliant with mandatory search and rescue documentation, highlighting deep-rooted lapses in training and preparedness. Let me try and summarize this for you. There are 5 lapses that have come in. First is the training with regards to B77 and B787 pilots. Incomplete recurrent training. Lapse number 2, they're saying there is low visibility approval for the 350 aircraft. Now that becomes extremely difficult, especially in some certain situations. Lapse number 3, cabin crew unaware of the key safety regulations. Now there has been a check that has been done by the DGCA, and it turns out not all cabin crew were aware of certain regulatory norms. Lapse number 4, warning cards and training centers lacking regulatory approvals. Now this is lapse number 4. Lapse number 5 is the non-compliance with search and rescue documentation mandates. So rescue and search and rescue operations that are basically carried out, there are certain documentation which mandates that there is no compliance with regards to these lapses. Now, on your screens is the DGCA document that Republic has exclusively accessed, and which highlights the extent to which Air India, as the DGCA claims, was compromising passenger safety. Now, let's take you through each of these. These are sensational exposure of lapses that you are seeing on your screens. B787 pilots grounded after due check, invalid as simulator was not conducted as per regulatory terms. Now, however, few pilots have flown after this lapse without seeking any approval. So that's another aspect that has been raised. Landing data has not been recorded as far as the computerized flight plans are concerned. Tech logs display fuel in both kilograms and liter to prevent confusion. Operator to provide fuel receipt in kilograms so that the cross-checked by the pilot. Let's just take you through. No chief pilots assigned for A320 and A350 fleet. There are no designated chief pilots for the A320 and 350. This results in a lack of accountability and effective monitoring of the flight operations of these aircraft types. Now, it doesn't end there. DGCA basically goes on with more responses after this detailed study that has been done, analysis that has been done. On your screens, we're going to stay with this. Ambiguity in operational control responsibilities, responsibility for operational control. It turns out they've put out full details of why they believe that this too has not been followed or complied. Let's just take you through some more details now coming. I'm going to come back to the audit report that has been accessed, but it seems that finally Air India has also now responded. Air India has responded to the multiple questions that were sent out by Republic TV, and this is what the airline has to say. Air India responds by saying all airlines undergo regular audits to test and continuously strengthen processes. Air India's annual DGCA audit took place in July, during which it was fully transparent with auditors in the spirit of such continuous improvement. We acknowledge the receipt of the arising report and are in the process of reviewing the findings therein and will submit our response to the regulator within the stipulated time frame. Air India remains fully committed to ensuring the safety of its passengers and staff. Now, this is what Air India has to say, saying that it is not just us, all airlines are undergoing regular audits. Now, the question that we are essentially asking, and we had written to Air India CEO, Mr. Campbell Wilson, and our pointed questions essentially arise serious safety and compliance deficiencies within Air India's operations, training, as well as organizational structure. The reality is this, ladies and gentlemen, the DGCA in its audit that they have carried out, they are saying there are 50, not one, there are 50 lapses that have been identified. If we can go across to Harsha, who is getting us the latest details. If we have Harsha, we'll try and go across to Harsha, who's getting us the latest details. 1 month and 50 lapses that have been highlighted in this particular audit report. Group Captain GP Bajpai, aviation expert, someone who has been linked to Air India in the past. Group Captain Bajpai, this DGCA audit report that I'm holding clearly makes a mention of on multiple counts that the airline is guilty right now, starting with the fact that there are no training manuals are outdated. Then this particular report basically goes on to indicate not just one but multiple issues that they have raised with regards to training of the pilots of the B77 as well as B787. Fragmented safety data management is what they say. Recurrent training gaps for B777, B787 pilots. Missing A350. Low visibility operations approval. No route assessments for CATC airports. Use of non-qualified simulators for CATC airport training. And the list goes on.
Sarvan, you are absolutely right. If I am permitted to say, these 50 points which you have told, they are the part of the audit checks carried out by DGCA. I am apprehensive. These observations are not limited to only 50. These 50 points during the DGCA audit, which could be caught by DGCA official during their audits, which runs only for a day or 2 or 3 days. But what is happening inside Air India, it seems their safety cultures have gone to the dogs. There are so many other issues also. Above all, the morale of the people, the captain, the maintenance personnel, the various other personnel. As you have rightly pointed out, the organization structure. The Air India has been taken over by Tata Sons almost 3 years back. Till date, proper organization structure is not established. The various DGCA post holders which have been approved by DGCA, are they working freely, efficiently and independently? That is to be checked in detail. There is a lot of doubt. The pilots have not been permitted to exercise their discretion to take the fuel for maximization of the profit, because the total weight of the payload, that is passenger and the cargo loads, and the sum of the fuel uplifted that remains constant in view of the maximum takeoff weight of the aircraft and maximum landing weight of the aircraft. So pilots on 8 to 9 metropolitan cities, when they are landing, that time they are asked not to take any extra drop of the fuel. I am apprehensive that that aircraft which had gone out of the runway, I don't know the full details, there might be not a fuel reserve might not be available for the pilot to go for alternate place landing. So for that, if he has come below the minimum decision altitude, he has to land over there irrespective of the runway conditions. In case there is a heavy downpour, the water is there, that time aircraft has to land, and that time also during monsoon season they have to ensure weather radars are perfectly all right, there are good quality tires are there which are having visual groups, not the bolted tire. And in case if these precautions are not observed, aircraft will face the aquaplaning and aircraft is bound to skid from the runway and it can go out of the runway. So all these are the minor and details and important details. Those things will not get position in this audit report, because this audit report will be limited to what has been caught by DGCA official during their audit period in 3 days. I assume and presume it's a very good initiative on the part of MOCA that they are directly contacting the airline operators, particularly Indigo and the Air India. They should further establish their own system like DGCA does the audit. MOCA should do and see it. There is no nexus between DGCA and airline operator. They should have their own system. If it is there, they should break down that thing.
Well, thank you very much, Group Captain Bajpai, for joining us on this broadcast as we get you this big exclusive tonight on Republic TV, as Air India has finally responded to the DGCA audit report, and they have admitted that they have received this report from the DGCA, and they are saying that they would certainly comply with the systemic gaps that have been identified by the regulator. Reviewing the report will issue a response in time is what they say, but these are very, very serious concerns that have been raised by the DGCA. In fact, they are talking about multiple issues that have been flagged off, systemic gaps within the operations of the airline itself that has been highlighted. They are saying that they are going to be fully transparent and they are going to comply with it very soon. Well, in fact, let me just take you through a quick recap of what we know so far. In fact, this is after a proper report that was done by the DGCA. Before I move on to the other big breaking news now coming in, this is what we know from the story. Number one, there have been multiple findings. There have been critical breaches that have been identified. Pilots that were operating with after invalid simulator checks, flight duty time that had exceeded by over 2 hours, ultra-long range flights were flown with inadequate cabin crew, use of unqualified simulators for training. They've also identified major systemic gaps by saying that disjointed organization structure, improper rostering and inaccurate simulator training. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the biggest crackdown against cybercrime. In a far-reaching operation, Cambodian authorities acting on precise intelligence from India have struck a devastating blow to a sprawling digital arrest scam network. Over 3,000 suspects, including 105 Indian nationals, have been detained in a series of raids that uncovered a sophisticated web of fraud spanning more than 20 countries. From fake police uniforms to high-tech scam centers, this criminal enterprise preyed on victim fears, extorting millions through deception. Tonight, we take you inside this unprecedented crackdown, and then a Republic Live report coming in from Cambodia.
Phnom Penh, the capital city of Cambodia, is now at the center of a massive international effort to dismantle a sophisticated digital arrest scam network. acting on alerts from India's Ministry of Home Affairs, Ministry of External Affairs, and the Indian Cybercrime Coordination Center, Cambodian police have raided 138 locations, detaining over 3,000 individuals, including 606 women from over 20 countries. The arrests include nationals from China, Vietnam, Indonesia, India, Bangladesh, Thailand, and Nigeria. Computers and laptops, hundreds of mobile phones, weapons, bullets, and drugs. These are some of the items seized by authorities, pointing to the racket's deep ties to organized crime. Digital arrest scams involve fraudsters posing as law enforcement or government officials, often via video calls, to intimidate victims into paying large sums to avoid fake legal consequences. These scams have defrauded countless victims globally, exploiting fear and trust. The operation, triggered by India's intelligence, highlights the growing menace of cyber fraud in Southeast Asia, where the United Nations estimates such scams generate up to $40 billion annually. Many arrested individuals were reportedly coerced into these operations, lured by fake job offers, raising concerns about human trafficking. Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Manet's push to combat cybercrime has intensified these efforts. But reports suggest some scam operations may be shielded by influential figures. With investigations ongoing, authorities warn that more arrests could follow as they trace links to other countries. This crackdown marks a significant blow to global cybercrime, but the fight is far from over.
Well, in fact, Mias Molika is joining us live from Cambodia. Mias, thank you very much for joining us on this broadcast. This is one of the biggest ever crackdown that has been carried out, and it seems Cambodia happens to be the epicenter. I'm given to understand that authorities in Cambodia have actually briefed the media there. What's the modus operandi? How exactly was this being carried out? What are the links that are emerging?
Well, as you know, like during the past 15 days in July, the Cambodian authorities has been arrested over 3,000 individuals that involved in online scam in Cambodia. And among all of those individuals, there are 20 nationalities from different Asia Pacific, which is about 1,000 Chinese, 600 Vietnamese, and also 300 Indonesians. And those also has been found have 105 Indians and 100 Bangladesh. And all of those crackdowns has been found in the villas and also the during in different provinces like Phoi Thai, Sensational, and also in Phnom Penh as well. And during the operation, the authority has seized laptop computers, and they also found the fake Chinese police uniform and also fake Indian uniform in order to scam people online. And after that, the Indian government also tried to contact the Cambodian authority in order to deport 105 Indians that have been detained in Cambodia.
Mias, just one quick question before I let you go. It turns out that several Indians have also been arrested. Any details that you are picking up? What was the role of these Indians in this particular digital racket that was being carried out?
So, as you know, during the operation, the journalists really cannot go on site, but they post the information on their individual, like official Facebook page and also Telegram channels about those details information. But at the time, we also see that the Cambodian government try to strengthen more safety and regulations for different nationality that try to enter Cambodia, whether they are try to enter for the online fraud, is it legally entering or not?
Well, thank you. Right. Well, thank you very much, Mias, reporting live from Cambodia, the only Indian news network to get that live report coming in from Cambodia, the biggest ever crackdown that we're looking at on digital arrest. That's all that we could pack in this edition of This Is Exclusive. Coming up, trending with my colleague, Akanksha.
Amity has been ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally, a testimony to Amity's globally benchmarked quality.
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ, डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला।
मैं तेनू क्या सी कि अब हमें सेकंड इनकम बिल्ड कर लेनी चाहिए और तुमने वापस म्यूचुअल फंड में पैसे डाल दिए।
ये फिक्स्ड इनकम म्यूचुअल फंड्स है।
मतलब
फिक्स्ड इनकम म्यूचुअल फंड्स मतलब चुने हुए इंटरेस्ट बेयरिंग कंपनी बॉन्ड्स, गवर्नमेंट बॉन्ड्स और मनी मार्केट विच इन्वेस्टमेंट मतलब रेगुलर इनकम विच वी कैन विड्रॉ फ्रॉम टाइम टू टाइम।
मतलब म्यूचुअल फंड में फिक्स्ड इनकम वाली बात सही है।
म्यूचुअल फंड निवेश बाजार जोखिमों के अधीन है। योजना से जुड़े सभी दस्तावेजों को ध्यान से पढ़ें।
भारत की अपनी दुकान इंडिया सोना,
अपने देश का सामान इंडिया सोना, इंडिया सोना,
इंडिया सोना। MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
I'm really excited to be a part of Republic AI Pre-Summit on 25th of July, where we discuss India's AI lead, the innovation, the impact, and the future of artificial intelligence in shaping the new India.
Looking forward to being a part of the Republic AI Pre-Summit on July 25th. We'll be diving into the latest breakthroughs in artificial intelligence, deep tech, and the 1000x economic value add and 100x job creation this will bring across industries in India over the next 20 years. This will be in terms of next generation, headless, automated, autonomic, agentic platforms. This AI tsunami is going to be highlighted at the Mega AI Summit, and I'm delighted to be part of this important conversation. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for India. Let's collaborate and invent in India. See you there.
This is Republic Jack Pollywall Studio. Stay tuned for all the breaking news and updates. I'm Akanksha Khajuria. Let's get started.
Sarah, this is your space, play it your way.
MDH की देगी मीरज,
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का।
MDH की देगी मीरज। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन
मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
इस साल का जो प्रॉफिट है इंटरेस्ट पे डाल देंगे, हर महीने ब्याज का पैसा आता रहेगा।
अगर रेगुलर इनकम ही चाहिए तो आप वो पैसे फिक्स्ड इनकम फंड्स में डाल दो।
वो क्या होता है?
फिक्स्ड इनकम म्यूचुअल फंड्स चुने हुए ब्याज देने वाली कंपनी बॉन्ड्स, गवर्नमेंट बॉन्ड्स और मनी मार्केट में इन्वेस्ट करते हैं। सिस्टमैटिक विथड्रॉल प्लान से आपको ऑन द डॉट फिक्स्ड अमाउंट भी आता रहेगा।
म्यूचुअल फंड में फिक्स्ड इनकम वाली बात सही है।
म्यूचुअल फंड निवेश बाजार जोखिमों के अधीन है। योजना से जुड़े सभी दस्तावेजों को ध्यान से पढ़ें।
इसको घर पे लगाओगे तो शादी का तो पता नहीं, पर घर पक्का नहीं टूटेगा।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
पहाड़ों में एक हाइकिंग शिप भी बन सकती है।
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल। ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े। क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
I'm looking forward to being a part of the Republic AI Pre-Summit on July 25th. We'll be diving into the latest breakthroughs in artificial intelligence, deep tech, and the 1000x economic value add and 100x job creation this will bring across.
Action on Al-Qaeda in Gujarat, but 7/11 Mumbai train blast accused walk free. Supreme Court stays Bombay High Court order, but no rearrest of 12 accused. Why special treatment in 2006 Mumbai train blast case? Debating tonight at 9 p.m.
Smartphones to your smart televisions, trending stories are breaking the internet, and tonight we are keeping our focus on 2022 stabbing death of 4 University of Idaho students and a shocking confession that has now come to the fore. And then on to French president suing American right-wing commentator for calling his wife and the First Lady a man. And we will then show you visuals of the Prime Minister Modi and his UK counterpart Keir Starmer doing Chai Pe Charcha in London. And Donald Trump is not too happy with the name AI and he wants to change it. Let's see what he keeps the name. And cricketer Sarfaraz Khan has bowled fans over once again, this time not with a bat but with his body transformation. We'll show you those visuals. And lastly, Swaminarayan Temple in Australia was vandalized with hateful and racist message. We'll show you the details coming in from Australia. This is trending. I'm Akanksha Khajura. Let's get started. Well, it was a courtroom filled with grief, fury and loss, a place where families of 4 murdered University of Idaho students poured their hearts out, demanding answers and accountability. But when Byron Koberger, the man convicted of the brutal stabbing, was finally given a chance to speak, he uttered just 3 words: "I respectfully decline." No apologies, no explanation whatsoever, just a cold wall of silence. On Wednesday, the judge handed down 4 life sentences without parole, but for the loved ones, justice felt hollow and the motives remains unknown.
You make a statement if you wish to. I take it you are declining.
I respectfully decline.
Well, Mr. Koberger, you have an opportunity to make a statement if you wish to. I take it you are declining.
I respectfully decline.
Well.
And from the Elysee Palace to a US courtroom, French president and the First Lady are now suing the American right-wing commentator Candace Owens for defamation over false, deeply personal and offensive claims. The lawsuit accuses Owens of spreading the baseless rumors that Brigitte Macron is in fact a man, a conspiracy theory that has swerved since 2021 French election run-up. And despite being served retraction demands, he doubled down, turning online fiction into a monetized content. The Macrons now say enough is enough and are now seeking accountability not just from the trolls but also from the ones who gave trolls a megaphone. And Chai diplomacy just brewed a fresh batch, and this time at the British countryside, Prime Minister Modi and his UK counterpart Keir Starmer stirred up more than just a tea at Chequers. The two leaders were spotted sipping chai, sparking a social media storm. From policy to parley over chai, netizens are calling this the return of Chai Pe Charcha, this time with a UK twist. Well, there on the screen, you can see Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi along with his counterpart in United Kingdom. They're having Chai Pe Charcha, smiling and laughing while having a tea there at Chequers in United Kingdom, where Prime Minister has gone, in fact, his fourth visit since he has become the Prime Minister. And Trump likes renaming people, places and things. And just when you thought artificial intelligence was the hottest buzzword of the decade, Donald Trump steps in and he says, hold up, folks, I don't like that name. Yes, in fact, in a move that only Donald Trump could pull off, the US president is now calling for a rebrand of AI itself, because apparently artificial sounds too fake, too phony, too un-American, according to him. At a high-stakes summit in America, in fact, America Tech Future, he did not just sign executive orders, he launched a full-blown identity crisis for the machines. So now, while Silicon Valley decides and debates bias and regulation, Donald Trump wants to give AI a full glow-up with a name that's, in his word, is more real, more genius, more Trump-approved. Listen in.
Around the globe, everyone is talking about artificial intelligence. I find that too artificial. I can't stand it. I don't even like the name. You know, I don't like anything that's artificial. So could we straighten that out, please? We should change the name.
So there you have it. While the rest of the world races to regulate artificial intelligence, Trump is racing to rename it. Will it be American intelligence or just Trump GTP? Only Trump can answer that. Well, hot off the plate and straight to your television screens, these are the top trending stories of the day. Watch this. The Indian Cricket Board has agreed to host the T20 tournament at a neutral venue. After a series of setbacks, Asia Cup will be played from the 5th to 21st of September. A candid video is going viral that highlights a gathering of Japanese people completely swept away by the electrifying energy. There on the screen, you can see the visuals of Punjabi music. In fact, that is what they are dancing to. As the catchy Punjabi track fills the air, the crowd responds with cheers and foot taps, but in a more civilized way. And Amazon MGM Studios have planned a film Artificial on OpenAI, and an actor may play Elon Musk as well. And the film will focus on 2023 OpenAI leadership changes. This movie is expected to release in 2026, and it might cringe the tech titans. Jaipur, the pink city of India, has proudly secured the 5th spot in Travel Plus Leisure prestigious World's Best City 2025 list, ranking above the iconic global destination like Florence, Kyoto and Bali as well. And another historical win for the country as Telangana's Deepti Jivanji clocked 56.70 seconds to win the world's women's 400 T20 gold at the National Paralympics Championship. She's a stunning display of grit and speed. And India is on the limelight as Shreyas Joshi clinches gold at the age of just 21, scoring a stellar 83.33 points in the Classic Slalom. She's the very first Indian ever to win an Asian Championship title in the freestyle slalom. In fact, UP Police, as far as this exam is concerned, father and son duo have cleared this exam together. In 2024, the father and son appeared for the exam together and they have now come out with flying colors. Those are the visuals of the father-son duo on your screen. And it's a new day and Donald Trump is ready with a new plan. And this time he vows to end the US tech firm overseas deal, saying no more China factory, India workers.
Many of our largest tech companies have reaped the blessings of American freedom while building their factories in China, hiring workers in India, and slashing profits in Ireland. You know that? All the while dismissing and even censoring their fellow citizens right here at home. Under President Trump, those days are over. We need U.S. technology companies to be all in for America. We want you to put America first. You have to do that. That's all we ask. That's all we ask.
And there on the visuals, you can see artists and journalists, in fact, staged a Squid Game-style protest to highlight Bengaluru's footpaths. The protest was performed near St. John's Hospital to bring awareness among the people. And when the love is real, not even a typhoon can wash it away. In the rain-soaked heart of Philippines, a couple did not just take vows, they took a plunge, quite literally, as you can see on the screen. As flood waters filled the church, Jade Rick and Jamaica, in fact, did not cancel their wedding ceremony. Instead, they embraced the storm, wading through water to say, I do. From a decade-long relationship to a wedding that literally made waves online, this isn't just a love story, it's a video that's trending faster than wildfire. And from heavy hitter to lean machine, cricketer Sarfaraz Khan has bowled fans once more, and this time not with a bat, but with his body transformation. Now look at the visuals of the cricketer on your screen. The young talent has shed a whopping 17 kilos, and the secret is not just a fancy diet or a designer gym, just some clean eating, old school discipline, and a dash of desi determination. But he also mentions how Virat Kohli's advice from his RCB days pushed him beyond the limit to reach where he has right now. There on the screen you can see those are the visuals of the transformation of this cricketer Sarfaraz Khan. But before this, he had the shots, the swagger and the stats. But there was always that one conversation that followed Sarfaraz Khan, the weight talk. The world questioned his fitness while fans defended his firepower. But behind the bulk was better, in fact, fighting more than just fast ball. He was fighting the perception. And then he flipped the script, and now you can see on your screen a completely different Sarfaraz Khan. Fast forward to today, and the transformation is jaw-dropping. 17 kilos down, and Sarfaraz Khan looks like he's ready to sprint, swing and silence the skeptics. No crash diet, no shortcuts, just clean eating, intense workout and a whole lot of commitment that he's shown. This is not just a body change, it's a complete mindset shift. And of course, the internet never stays silent when it comes to transformation. Fans have flooded the comments with shock support and a little bit of gym guilt. Well, there on the screen, you can read the comments of the people who have taken to social media. Some of them are appreciating Sarfaraz Khan. There you can see, like your brother, look, discipline, back him in cricket. Now it's time for Prithvi Shaw. These are the comments that have come to the fore. Many of them appreciating the transformation that Sarfaraz Khan has gone through. Whopping 17 kilos shed by him. yet again hate rears its ugly head, and this time in Melbourne. The sacred walls of Swaminarayan Temple defaced with disturbing graffiti that have come to the shore. We'll show you those visuals, a spiritual space that has been violated. The graffiti which angered people read, "Go home brown." The curse words, as you can see in the visuals, we have blurred them as they are highly inappropriate. The Premier of Victoria has now extended her support in a letter to the temple management and has added that the community has full support of the government. Makarand Bhagwat, who is the president of Hindu Council of Australia Victoria chapter, has expressed his shock over the incident. He has said that the sacred site is a sanctuary of peace and unity, and it was heartbreaking for him to see it being defaced with racist slurs. In fact, Premier of Victoria has yet not issued a public statement on the incident. However, her office has sent a message from her people, her to the temple management. And just blocks away, the buyers did not stop at faith. Several Asian restaurants across Melbourne's eastern suburbs tagged, vandalized and scarred with racial slurs, as you can see on the screen, from places of worship to places of work. This rising wave of hate is sparing no space back in Australia. Well, there on the screen, you can see that in 2 days, there have been two hate attacks that have come to the fore as far as Australia is concerned. One at the Swaminarayan Temple, and you can see the racist slur there on your screen. It mentions "Go home brown," and rest we cannot show you as it is completely inappropriate. And several statements have come to the fore from people living there of how these are the cases which are only growing in Australia. And I'll also show you the fast-moving stories and the trending stories of the day. Have a look. Prime Minister Modi, during signing of India-UK FTA with UK Prime Minister, used the cricket metaphor to make diplomacy a game of passion. He remarked that there may be a swing and a miss at times, but one should play with a straight bat.
Both of us, cricket is not just a game, but a passion. And also a great metaphor for our partnership. There may be a swing and a miss at times, but we always play with a straight bat. We are committed to building high-scoring, solid partnership.
And a short video of a miniature horse. Black Pearl is healing the internet literally. The horse was seen vigorously playing at a keyboard to wake up a girl from anesthesia at the Children's Medical Center in California. Have a look at the visuals. Indian Army for the Indian people. Indian Army soldiers rescued a boy stranded mid-river in a flash flood, a perfect blend of bravery and swift coordination. A video is going viral on social media showing police forces disguised themselves as the Mexican superhero character during a drug raid in the nation's capital of Lima. Group captain shared his photography story. In fact, there are the visuals that you can see on the screens of the drug raid in the country. Well, Russian president has arrived in Istanbul for Ukraine's talk in all styles. A close aide to president arrived in Putin team polo shirt. Well, there on the screen, Group Captain has shared his astrophotography. As you can see, the story on Instagram. He's in fact started into astrophotography upon returning to India after the first leg of training at GCTC, Russia. Here's the visual. And now look at the visuals coming in from, in fact, these are the visuals of Russian president arriving in Istanbul and a close aide wearing Putin-themed polo shirt. And that's all we could pack in the show of Trending at 7:30. We'll be back tomorrow with more such stories. Till then, keep watching Republic TV.
Amity has been ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally, a testimony to Amity's globally benchmarked quality.
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ, डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड, मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
MDH की
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का।
MDH की देगी मिर्च।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
Sarah, this is your space, play it your way.
Artificial intelligence has become
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ, डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड, मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
Hi, this is Chef Ranveer Brar. Guarantee you brilliance on behalf of IIHM.
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला। सिप सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप।
ग्रेजुटी का चेक है, बस इन पैसों को हम कहीं इन्वेस्ट कर दें और रेगुलर इनकम भी आती रहे।
तो फिर फिक्स्ड इनकम म्यूचुअल फंड्स में डाल दीजिए। फिक्स्ड इनकम म्यूचुअल फंड्स चुने हुए इंटरेस्ट बेरिंग कंपनी बॉन्ड, गवर्नमेंट बॉन्ड और मनी मार्केट में पैसा डालते हैं और सिस्टमैटिक विड्रॉल प्लान के जरिए आपको ऑन द डॉट फिक्स्ड अमाउंट भी मिलती रहेगी।
म्यूचुअल फंड्स में फिक्स्ड इनकम वाली बात सही है।
म्यूचुअल फंड निवेश बाजार जोखिमों के अधीन है। योजना से जुड़े सभी दस्तावेजों को ध्यान से पढ़ें।
भारत की अपनी दुकान इंडिया सोना, अपने देश का सामान इंडिया सोना, इंडिया सोना, इंडिया सोना।
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
Hi, this is Chef Ranveer Brar. Guarantee you brilliance on behalf of IIHM.
I can't wait to be part of the Republic AI Pre-Summit on July 25. We'll be talking all things AI, the breakthroughs, the impact, and what's next for India. It's an exciting build-up to the mega AI Summit, and I'm glad to be in the mix. See you.
looking forward to being part of the Republic AI Pre-Summit on July 25th. We will be diving into the latest breakthroughs in artificial intelligence, its growing impact across different sectors, and what the future holds for India. It's a powerful lead-up to the Mega AI Summit. I am delighted to be part of this important conversation. See you there.
I'm happy to be part of AI Pre-Summit by Republic on 25th of July. We will be talking about the crossroads of AI and cybersecurity, how we can leverage both of them to brighten our future as a country. Happy to be there and hope to see you all there. Thank you.
Well, BCCI is all set to host the Asia Cup in UAE. India-Pakistan match likely. Supreme Court stays Bombay High Court judgment on acquittal of 12 accused persons in connection with the 2006 Mumbai train blast. No rearrest to be done now. ED raids Anil Ambani-linked properties in Mumbai. Case registered against Reliance Anil Ambani Group of companies. Sources within the Election Commission have confirmed that the preparation over special intensive revision in West Bengal too is expected to begin soon.
मुझे प्रसन्नता है कि कई वर्षों की मेहनत के बाद आज दोनों देशों के बीच कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव इकोनॉमिक एंड ट्रेड एग्रीमेंट संपन्न हुआ है.
Prime Minister hails FTA deal with the United Kingdom, call it historic day for both the nations.
I'm excited to be part of Republic AI Pre-Summit on July 25th, where we will be discussing India's AI leap, the innovations, the impact and the future of artificial intelligence in shaping the new India. Hope to see you there.
I couldn't be more excited to be speaking at Republic's Pre-AI Summit on the 25th of July. At this summit, we won't just be discussing what India's AI future could be, but we'll be actually building it together. Join me, other AI leaders, thinkers, builders, as we define India's next AI leap. See you there.
Excited to be part of Republic's AI Pre-Summit happening on 25th July, where we will be discussing India's AI leap, the impact, innovation, and the leap that India is going to take in AI in the future.
I'm excited to be a part of the Republic AI Pre-Summit on July 25th. Where we'll discuss India's AI leap, innovations, the impact, and the future of artificial intelligence in shaping a new India.
Hi, I'm Abhinav Agarwal, co-founder and CEO at Fluid AI. And I'm excited to be a part of the Republic AI Pre-Summit happening on the 25th of July. We're going to talk all things AI, innovations, the breakthroughs, what's India going to be like in this story. So be there. It's a build-up to the mega event, the Mega AI Summit. And I look forward to seeing you there.
excited to be a part of the Republic AI Pre-Summit on July 25th, where we will be discussing the India's AI leap, the innovations, the impact, and the future of AI in shaping a new India.
ED begins biggest crackdown on Anil Ambani. 50 companies, 35 premises, 25 people raided by ED. ED lends on rupees 14,000 crore alleged loan fraud. Debating tonight at 8:30 p.m.
I'm excited to be part of Republic AI Pre-Summit on July 25th, where we will be discussing India's AI leap, the innovations, the impact, and the future of artificial intelligence in shaping the new India. Hope to see you there.
भारत के इतने लेजेंडरी एक्टर फिर से एक तरह से रिस्क क्यों ले रहे हैं?
ओशो की एक बड़ी अच्छी लाइन है जी, इफ यू ट्राई यू रिस्क फेलियर, इफ यू डोंट यू एंश्योर इट। मैं हमेशा मानता हूँ वो जीवन ही क्या जो संघर्षमय ना, संघर्षमय होने से ही तो अपने जिंदा होने का एहसास होता है।
I'm excited to be a part of the Republic TV AI Pre-Summit on July 25th, where we'll be discussing India's AI leap, the innovation, the impact, and the future of artificial intelligence in shaping a new India.
I'm excited to be a part of the Republic AI Pre-Summit on July 25th, where we'll discuss India's AI leap, innovations, the impact, and the future of artificial intelligence in shaping a new India.
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
On the show tonight, why India is sending a message to Trump by signing the free trade agreement with the United Kingdom. Anil Ambani in big trouble, always seeking to be high profile, now being called someone who heads fraudulent operations. At 9 p.m. tonight, why it's impossible to believe that in India the convicts of the Mumbai train blasts are going to be openly celebrating on the streets and there'll be no justice for the victims of terrorism. And at 9:30 p.m. tonight, why Republic is totally against any form of cricket with Pakistan, and why the government of India should stop the cricket board from allowing it. ladies and gentlemen, at the start, it's great news. We have a free trade agreement. We always knew there was one, but now it's been signed by the United Kingdom and India. And I'll tell you 6 reasons why this UK FTA, which the Prime Minister signed today, I think this was at Chequers, the official informal country home residence of the British Prime Minister Keir Starmer. Now, this is great. It gives us a huge trade boost. UK-India trade should catch up to over 120 billion US dollars by 2030. 99% of all Indian goods will get zero tariffs. So you want to have namkeen, you want to have steel, Indian namkeen, Indian products of all types, you can get it on zero tariffs in the British supermarkets. We're going to flood the United Kingdom. This is reverse colonization. I love it. And major duties are going to be removed. This is going to help textiles, leather, marine products, electric vehicles, garments, everything. And this includes a social security pact that exempts Indian professionals from contributions for up to 3 years and gives duty-free access to 95% of farm products. So you can get Indian haldi, Indian prawns, Indian pepper, Indian agri products. And this is going to double the gems and jewelry business. So United Kingdom, thank you and watch out. We're going to flood you. Now, the other important part about today's agreement is this, that we have made it very clear to Donald Trump indirectly that don't push us, we know how to do business. Indians have always been great at trade. And now we have got trade deals with so many countries. Do you know that? So many countries across the world. We have great bilateral trade agreements with Sri Lanka, Bhutan, Thailand, Singapore, name it, Malaysia, Korea, Japan, Australia, UAE, Mauritius, ASEAN, that's 10-nation bloc, European nations bloc, EFTA, Iceland, Liechtenstein, Norway, Switzerland. So this is going great, and I think a big shout out for Piyush Goyal, the very dynamic Commerce Minister of India, who's done a great job signing deal after deal after deal after deal after deal. He's done a great job. And so remember, viewers, that these deals are also relationship building exercises. You see Ajit Doval, National Security Advisor, at the Chequers. You see the Foreign Minister, Mr. Jaishankar there. So these are all very detailed arrangements that go beyond trade. We have negotiation underway with China, European Union, Peru, and of course with Israel. We're multiple partners across the world. And the message to Donald Trump is that we do business on our own terms. For Britain, it took 4 British prime ministers, 15 rounds of talks, UK's Brexit, global pandemic, 2 general elections in India to finally settle the deal. So the British have been very, very keen to close the deal. But when has the deal been closed? When we are ready for it to be closed. So the FTA with the United Kingdom also sends another message to Trump that India will cooperate, but India won't capitulate. You want to trade with India, make it fair, make it mutual. We do not do one-sided deals. And the message to the United States of America is that there is no junior partner, senior partner business going on. You see, every deal like this that we sign, America's leverage on India goes down because America needs to learn. America needs to understand that to do business with India, don't try and force our hand. You can't bully India. You have to deal with India. You want to deal with India, you want to do trade with India, then you first want to come to the table with respect, a sense of respect, not an attitude any longer of arm twisting. And that's why I believe we really must respect the efforts of Narendra Modi and the government of India in the way that they have done business across the world. And one of the reasons why Narendra Modi is traveling around the world, he went to South America, he spent a lot of time in Africa, is he's building the base of a developed nation. In terms of trade, India's access to minerals, India's access to technology, and India's access to markets. It's all connected. So big congratulations to the Honorable Prime Minister of India. This is excellent, excellent deal. And remember, after this, the Prime Minister is also going to the Maldives, where he's going to be a state guest. Maldives was tilting towards China. The Modi government has got it back. So these are big agreements.
And all of this goes on to build India's clout globally. We've done a great thing. Ladies and gentlemen, a short report of what happened at the Checkers, and then we debate.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi met UK's Prime Minister Keir Starmer for the third time this year. This time in the United Kingdom to sign the free trade agreement finalised after over 3 years of intense negotiations.
यूके और भारत हम एक प्रकार से नेचुरल पार्टनर हैं। आज हमारे संबंधों का एक ऐतिहासिक दिन है। आज हम दोनों देश मिलकर के पारस्परिक लाभकारी एफटीए और डबल कंट्रीब्यूशन कन्वेंशन इसको संपन्न करने जा रहे हैं। ये अपने आप में भारत और यूके भावी पीढ़ी के लिए एक बहुत मजबूत रास्ता तैयार कर रहा है।
Look, and we both know this is the biggest and most economically significant trade deal that the UK has made since leaving the EU. And I think I can say that it's one of the most comprehensive deals that India has ever done. So thank you, Prime Minister, for your leadership and for your pragmatism.
UK's Prime Minister Keir Starmer hailed the deal as a big boost to the middle-class people of both nations.
It is a deal that will bring huge benefits to both of our countries, boosting wages, raising living standards, and putting more money in the pockets of working people.
Not just that, Prime Minister Modi also raised pertinent issues of extradition of fugitive economic offenders.
इकोनॉमिक ऑफेंडर्स के प्रत्यार्पण के विषय पर भी हमारी एजेंसी सहयोग और समन्वय से काम करती रहेगी.
However, this did not stop the opposition from taking a dig at the Prime Minister. The Congress has mocked the deal, saying that Indians needed an FTA that stood for a fugitive transfer agreement, further questioning the return of economic offenders like Vijay Mallya, Nirav Modi and Lalit Modi.
We have to understand one point, that all these economies about which we are talking, whether it is USA or UK, under huge debts. For example, 32 lakh crores of rupees is the debt formally announced by the US administration. Such a huge debt. Almost same is the case of UK. So these governments are trying to promote their economy through bilateral agreements and general trade agreements, etc., etc. So we should not be part of that. And Parliament was not informed properly also. The Parliament is in session.
The big question remains, are there any compulsions that Congress can't celebrate India's triumphs? Or is perennially mocking India's achievements part of its strategy?
The best part about this agreement is that it opens the British market to India. I think that's the best part about it, Saurabh. Maybe we should have a Republic UK also. Why not?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we will broadcast to the UK. Why not? Why not? Yeah. Let's free them of the BBC. Yeah.
Education connection, and I know that we in some ways have contributed to the India-UK partnership, but I'm so glad it's a strategic deal.
Yes.
And I think India has shown the world that it does deals on its own terms. It's a deal which has been concluded after 3 long years to make sure India's national interest is not compromised at all. And it sends a big message. I say that this is a message from London to the world, that India is a global power and it does deals at its own terms. And the Prime Minister Narendra Modi has sent out a clear message to others, and it will be an impetus for other deals, including the deal that is in the final stages with the US. Arnab, I can tell you, this deal will be a major push there as well, because I know that the negotiators are getting restless because UK has edged some of the others out.
Yep, absolutely. Akhil, Swami.
Say something. One, when Mr. Modi took over as Prime Minister of India, the rupee to dollar was around 62 rupees. Today it is 86.50. That means the falling of rupee in last 11 has been the steepest, number one. So your exports are not going up, your imports are going down. Your imports are going up. Number two, your imports in China has doubled in last 11 years and your exports have only gone up by 15%. That is number two. Number three, I was under the impression and most of the countrymen were under the impression that America is our great friend. Mr. Donald Trump is our great friend. And the Bhaks and the BJP supporters even went for the Havans for making Mr. Donald Trump as president. In your opening remark, now I understand that you are fighting against America. But you are making friendship with China. You are increasing imports and you are trying to have FTA with China.
Shazia, I'll just respond to you in 1 minute and then hand it over to you. Louder, please. Akhil.
America has a contribution of 30% in the world's economy. Akhil. And you are fighting with America. You are making friends with China.
Yeah. Okay, Akhil, I'll keep it serious today with you. See, trade is not about making friends. Trade is about trade. Okay? Trade is about access to the market, right? Now, if you presently are paying between 4 to 20%, right, in terms of access duty, right, into any market, anything, textiles, leather, footwear, toys, marine products, gems, jewelry, engineering goods, dairy products, electric vehicles, now that becomes zero. What this means, Akhil, I'm explaining it slowly so you understand. What this means is that everybody, including Indian farmers, will get access. So if you want to sell mango pulp, if you're in Maharashtra, you are making mango pulp. If you are a fisherman producing or catching tuna or shrimp, or if you are exporting haldi, which is very popular, you can get zero access. Okay? This means we get access to a market. Isko aap zara don't get light on issues that are this serious. Okay? Thank you. Now let me get Shazia. In on this. नहीं और दूसरी बात जो आपने कही कि रुपये की क्या वैल्यू थी, मैं आपको बताता हूँ, मैं आपको बता देता हूँ. मेरी बात सुनिए, 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 मेरी बात मैं आपको बताता हूँ, मैं आपको बताता हूँ. ये जो देखिए प्रॉब्लम ये है ना कि
86 रुपए 50 पैसे
मैं जब कॉलेज करने गया, कॉलेज पढ़ने गया था, मैं जब कॉलेज में था,
इंपोर्ट बढ़ेगा तो रुपये वीक होगा. रुपये 30% वीक क्यों हो गया? ये बताइए.
I'll tell you one thing. मैं ट्रेड पे, अगर मैं ये कहूँ कि रुपी पाउंड रुपी, मैं जब 1995 में है ना कॉलेज के लिए पढ़ाई करने गया था ऑक्सफोर्ड यूनिवर्सिटी में, तब 11.5 रुपए की एक पाउंड होती थी. अब क्या मैं आपको बोलूं कि आपने 2014 तक कितने पाउंड का कितना रुपया हुआ था? लॉजिक ही नहीं है आपके बात में. कुछ भी बोलते हैं आप. क्या बात कर रहे हैं आपको? Okay, anyway, let me get Shazia's response. Shazia, he says that you heard what he said.
Sir, with all, I don't mean to sound, rude to you.
Yes.
But you're way off.
Yeah, way
because
off.
Look at this deal for what it is, FTA, and what this means. If you look at our MSMEs, if you look at our professionals, it's all about make in India going global. And I think it's great news. It's big news. And I think Modi ji has, secured India's seat at the top table of global trade. Now you just look at the situation. Let's go one thing at a time. Textiles. Now look at Indian textile exports. We've always worried about the Bangladeshi and Vietnamese competitors, right? We've always been saying that for the last so many years, 20 years. Now, right now, the tariff is 10 to 12%. Imagine if it's reduced to 0% and how much more valuable, cheaper, desirable Indian goods and Indian products will be in eyes of the UK buyers. And it's a very wealthy market we're looking at. So there was just a calculation, Tirupur-based knitwear exporters, already there's a calculation. They'll actually, because of the duty waivers, they'll actually save every unit up till 2 crores annually. So this is individually, look at individual units. Now, gems and jewelry. Just think of how it benefits India. Let's look at purely from the point of view of Indian market, Indian exporters, Indian businessmen, Indian students, Indian professionals. Okay.
Right.
Now, exports to UK were worth $1.3 billion in 2023. FTA removes a 5 to 8% import duty. And now you just look at the orders that are gem, and jewelry exporters will have. The anticipation is of 15 to 20% jump in UK orders from India. And that indeed is great news. This is going to have a great effect. Now, let's go one thing at a time again. Now look at pharma. Again, UK is a major market for Indian generics and APIs. And our own industry, so many, Dr. Reddy's, Aurobindo, they'll benefit. Now we just look at exports of something like basmati, bango, steel, Arnab just mentioned, shrimp and prawn and what have you. To the UK, there's a tariff of 10 to 12%.
What are you importing from UK?
10 to 12%. No, listen to this. I'm just a small
by the way, you don't export from UK. You export to UK. आप कहाँ पे पढ़ाते हैं भाई साहब?
अरे import कहाँ से करते हैं UK से? क्या-क्या चीज़ import करते हैं?
So imagine India exports 3,200 crore rupees worth of basmati rice. Post FTA, can you imagine Punjab and Haryana rice exporters?
Louder on the other side. What happened to the lady?
You are opening your markets to
10 to 20% tariff to zero tariff.
Next debate.
So that is very big, sir. That is very big.
Next
now
debate.
again, look at the services.
चाइना के लिए यूके के लिए खोल दिया, पूरे विश्व के लिए अपना मार्केट खोले चले जा रहे हैं. हमारे यहाँ के प्रोड्यूसर मर जाएंगे.
अरे वो मार्केट हमारे लिए खुल गया, उल्टा बोल रहे हैं आप.
अरे तो फ्री ट्रेड एग्रीमेंट आपने नहीं खोला उनके लिए,
और बहुत ही कम
आपने नहीं खोला उनके लिए,
जीरो के बराबर है ज्यादातर.
अरे तो आपने उनके लिए मार्केट खोला या नहीं खोला?
ज्यादा बिकेंगी हमारे बिजनेसमैन को फायदा होगा, हमारे एक्सपोर्टर्स का. मैंने तो बेसिक इकोनॉमिक्स पढ़ी है कॉलेज तक.
200 साल हमारे देश को लूटा.
Shots, yeah. Today, signing shots and all that. Bosses.
अरे
elements.
200 साल यूके ने लूटा है हमें.
Don't pause this.
लूटने के फिर तैयार हो रहे हैं.
this Congress point of view of obstruction.
अरे अंग्रेजों ने 200 साल लूटा है, ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी को आने दे रहे हैं.
This is good for India and Indian economy.
अरे
and
it is not good for India.
Indian professional
it is not good for India.
So it's good for India, sir. It might not be good for Congress because Congress wishes ill for India.
अरे कांग्रेस को छोड़िए भाई, हम लोग देशभक्त
deep distress and stress at this point of time. But overall for Indian business is great.
आप यूके के लिए अपना मार्केट खोल रहे हैं, आप ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी को अपने देश में ला रहे हैं.
भैया वो मार्केट भी हमारे लिए खुल रहा है भाई साहब.
अरे वो मार्केट खुल रहा है, हमारे देश के गरीब लोग मर जाएंगे
प्रोडक्ट्स के लिए.
अरे वो लोग तो अंग्रेज लोग हैं, गोरे लोग हैं, हमारा देश बर्बाद हो जाएगा.
आप देखिए तो पढ़िए तो इसको आप.
ये तो अमेरिका चाह रहा है.
Have an informed discussion.
उनका माल वो ठोक देंगे यहाँ पे.
Please let's have an informed discussion on this, sir.
अरे एप्रिल वहाँ का अगर सेब आएगा हिंदुस्तान के अंदर,
I think Saurabh said this before I did. Right now,
I want to just I want to.
The US in August 1st.
No.
What is happening in the USA?
I'm amazed at the ignorance of my fellow panelists who's trying to paint this. You don't realize this is a people-centric feel as well, sir. Please read the fine print. Before you come to a debate, please read the fine print. Indian young people get access to be in the US. In the UK, I beg your pardon. They get access to be in the United Kingdom. They get access to work there. This is a great deal for India's young professionals. What India has achieved, very few.
Let me get a more informed voice, and her name is. Let me get a more informed voice than. Let me get a more informed voice here, Akhilji, because Akhilji, you have not disclosed your. You have not disclosed your institution.
So this is about people. This is about young people.
Saurabh,
getting opportunities to be.
Saurabh, I think that. Saurabh, let me get a more informed voice here. I must say that Akhil Swami is a very enthusiastic participant. But there are certain variables about him. We don't know where he has been educated. We don't know where he is teaching.
IIT BHU, engineering IIT BHU.
And where are you teaching presently, sir?
यार 73 साल की उम्र में अब मुझे अपने प्रोग्राम में बुलाओगे या टीचिंग करवाओगे?
73 साल के तो शशि थरूर भी हो गए, वो तो जॉब ढूंढ रहे हैं.
अरे उनकी तो 50 करोड़ की गर्लफ्रेंड है, मेरी बीबी है, मेरे पास कोई.
Anyway, my serious question here is I want to get in Dr. Akriti Bhatia. She's a political economist, she's a postdoc fellow, and she's done her PhD from Delhi School of Economics. Okay, Dr. Bhatia, are you cynical in any way about this deal? Are there any riders about the deal that you would like to forewarn us about? I was told that you're slightly cynical about it. Is that true, and if so, why? Can you unmute yourself, Akriti?
I'm actually unmuted. Am I audible?
Yeah, perfect now. Yeah, go on.
Right. I'm saying that it's actually a very path-breaking thing that's happening after years, and international trade has been, with the UK, has been something that goes the pre-colonial times, and I mean, obviously, significantly during the colonial times. But now I think what we need to keep in mind is, on the top is national interest, right? So at this point, their economy is stagnating, and it's very timely for the Britain. What we to gain with this kind of an FTA where tariffs will be revised and relaxed. But if you look at the nuance, if you go through the agreement, you will find that still public procurement, financial assets, and clauses on labor and climate, they are tilted towards the UK. Some of the things are non-enforceable, and if you again look at it with the kind of competition that will come in, it can harm Indian MSMEs that rely on procurement preferences. And if you look at, again, there are many other kind of issues also that must be resolved with the UK. So I'm not dismissive about the FTA, but there are many things that we need to ensure that we are at a level playing field. Look
Akriti,
at the visa kind of aspects, which are still favoring
Akriti, can you tell me, just to expand on that point, because the government narrative on this is, the government narrative here is that Indian MSMEs will seize the British market with duty-free access. Is that not true?
No. So Indian market will get access to we get access to the British market, and if you look at what will happen in the domestic markets also, we will have certain more increased competition that will come in for the MSMEs, and some of the aspects which I'm saying are still tilted. We don't want, obviously, it's not a similar situation when Manchester goods were being dumped in India. It's much better that way. However, with the MSMEs, they will find it more difficult to compete with the kind of opening up that this will lead to. So those are some concerns which need to be actually...
But isn't that both ways, Akriti? Like if you want to dismantle the duty disadvantage, if you want to enhance bilateral support from the UK to India, you're also going to have to give a little, right? I mean, it doesn't work only one way, you right? Surely you don't expect an agreement where you block access, but you expect access.
That's true. So I'm not saying, but there are still certain kind of aspects which need to be protected. I'm not saying it's definitely beyond protectionism that I'm talking about, but
there
some
are
of the more sensitive
but there are safeguards, Akriti. I think you should go and read the fine print. I have a slightly different take. I think there are safeguards built in this deal that protects India's interests as well. I would say the reason why it took 3 years for this deal to be negotiated is because India didn't want to give away India's national interest. That's the reason why it took much longer. And I can tell you the diplomatic backstory as well. It wasn't that the government frittered away any benefits. On the contrary, you will see that the Indian young people, professionals, they will be the gainers.
The financial,
that is something. It's a deal which is
who would be involved. There's more
based on some give and
take that you find that are tilted towards the UK. So there are a couple of things, and it's actually a very you need to go through the agreement and then vouch for and kind of navigate for certain amendments in that. So then it will be much better.
Shazia.
But there are other political issues like the increasing extremist ideologies and the visa kind of disadvantages that also need to be done.
Shazia.
Keeping in mind the national interest and our differences on the definition of terrorism.
Shazia, on a slightly different note,
Shazia,
on a slightly different note, I don't know if I have the pictures here.
3 years
Shazia.
of discussions.
I know, but Shazia, if you're giving them so much as well, I get very upset when I see pictures of Vijay Mallya and, Lalit Modi partying away their ill-gotten money in London's fancy restaurants. So I'm wondering why we couldn't get a commitment from them. If they want to, they can make it impossible and they can hand over Vijay Mallya. But have we given that up? Because have we given up on that?
This was part of the discussion and it is underway. We have made huge progress.
It's not underway. It's going on in the courts.
Yeah, it's going on in the courts, exactly. And the courts have been also been very favorable to India's position and Indian stance, and it will happen. But I think for itself, what FTA means is huge. What it means for Indian business, for Indian exports, for Indian economy.
Okay.
And the kind of access we have, that's one. The other thing, we can't conflate everything and speak about it all at once. Yes, and of course, British cars will also be cheaper. They're talking about some whiskey and gin. I mean, how many people consume that as opposed to Indians?
Akhil.
So there's a big difference.
Vijay Mallya, Lalit Modi ko bhagaya hai, to लाएंगे कैसे?
Agriculture is concerned is kept under a sensitive list. It's been protected, so it's not free from complete protectionism. We have looked at our own interests very seriously, very seriously and sensitive.
आज आपको इकोनॉमिक्स बुलाने चाहिए थे. आकृति को इकोनॉमिक्स आती है. She is a good student of economics. As a professor of economics, I can vouch on that.
No, but where are you a professor from? Where are you presently a professor?
But who will vouch for you?
You declared yourself a professor. Can you name your university?
मैं 73 साल का हूँ. 7 साल पहले रिटायरमेंट ले लिया.
कहाँ से?
और उस यूनिवर्सिटी से लिया जो आपका स्पॉन्सरर है इस प्रोग्राम का. पिछली बार ही बताया था. इस प्रोग्राम का स्पॉन्सरर है.
अभी कहाँ पे आप पढ़ा रहे हैं?
अरे यार 73 साल की उम्र में प्रोग्राम में बुलाओगे या टीचिंग करवाओ?
अच्छा. नहीं, मैं नहीं कराऊंगा. I am happy you're not teaching now because you got all the wrong fundas. Okay. Akhil, Akriti, Saurabh and Shazia. Give a little, take a little. Give a little, take a little, but that doesn't work for Anil Ambani. Thank you very much. Anil Ambani is under huge investigation for thousands of crores in fraud. The ED has raided him. They say loans from Yes Bank were given without checks, then diverted to shell companies linked to the Ambani group. So Anil Ambani, who was seen to be just trying his best to get out of the mess, is back in absolute corporate and financial quicksand. Let's debate.
50 locations, dozens of shadowy shell firms, and a 3,000 crore trail of money missing. And at the center of it all is one of the leading business magnates of India, Anil Ambani. ED teams from Delhi and Mumbai have raided premises linked to Anil Ambani's group firms, probing alleged money laundering by Reliance Anil Ambani group companies.
So now all ED officials and the company's workers are inside this Reliance Center, which is, as I told, situated in South Mumbai, and it's in Ballard Street, as we know, is 4th area, and is the main office of Reliance Communication. Back to studio. You can see that this is the Reliance Center, and it's a big office of Reliance, and the ED officials are inside in this.
ED has alleged that between 2017 and 2019, loans worth thousands of crores flowed from Yes Bank straight into shell firms. Investigators say that this was a well thought out plan designed to cheat banks, bypass rules, and siphon public money in broad daylight. It has also been alleged that Yes Bank officials were paid off in order to approve the loans without the due process. that's not where it ends. Investigators have also unearthed another trail that suggests Reliance Mutual Fund reportedly invested rupees 2,850 crore in bonds of Yes Bank. Bonds that were later written down. And now, a shadowy firm C company is at the heart of a suspected rupees 10,000 crore fraud. Reliance Infra allegedly routed funds through it, with rupees 5,480 crore written off, only rupees 4 crore recovered, and the rest settled via defunct firms with no recovery. Reliance Power and Infrastructure have responded. Anil Ambani has distanced himself, calling the cases old and denying any board role. The ED raids have sent shockwaves across the market. Reliance Power and Reliance Infra stocks both logged in a 5% crash. And we have seen the script before. Vijay Mallya, Nirav Modi, Mehul Choksi, powerful promoters, willing bankers, and a disappearing trail. It's a playbook India knows all too well. The raids are done. The markets have reacted. But the story isn't over. Rupees 3,000 crore have been siphoned. And someone will have to answer.
It's the biggest corporate scandal of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Anil Ambani being described as fraudulent. Ladies and gentlemen, it is important that the government has said in Parliament that Reliance Communications and its promoter, Anil Ambani, are fraudulent in line with RBI guidelines. To describe Anil Ambani as a fraud, to describe the company as a fraudulent company. Sriram Subramaniam, business analyst and founder of MD InGovern Research Services. I want your first take on this. This is big. It's a big story today, because he's been projecting himself as being a bit of a comeback trail. How is this being received, Sriram, in the financial world?
Good evening. Definitely it's a setback for the ADAG group, and as you said, two companies, which is Reliance Infra and Reliance Power, were on a comeback trail. They had raised fresh funds, and the stock prices have galloped in the stock markets. But definitely after this news of the ED raid, both the stocks were the lower circuit. The markets also tanked, not necessarily because of this ED raid, but there were other rumors also. This is a long pending case, of course. SEBI last year banned Mr. Anil Ambani from accessing the securities market for the same reason. SBI, which is the State Bank of India, and Canara Bank have marked the group as fraud accounts, and hence banking loans can no longer be given to the group as per RBI guidelines. So this is just a continuation of the investigative. Of course, ED has a different perspective, which is the PMLA case, and it is investigating from that perspective.
What are the larger issues which emerged, Professor Mehrotra? What are the larger issues which emerge after this scandal and scam about Anil Ambani?
The larger issue, first of all, is of course about corporate governance within a company like Reliance Infra. It's about banking company, the Yes Bank corporate governance. Yes Bank, we know, has gone under. It raises larger issues about the corporates in our country and how they behave generally. And finally, it raises big issues about banking governance structures and how frauds should be and can be prevented. Clearly, this seems like something of a case where the government's decided to send the ED after a company with which it has good dealings, because after all, a few years ago, Dassault was prevailed upon, the French Rafale manufacturer, was prevailed upon to provide a contract to Anil Ambani.
So what do you mean prevailed upon? What do you mean prevailed upon, sir?
In a sector.
What do you mean prevailed upon, sir? That's a corporate agreement, isn't it, between Dassault and Anil Ambani.
May I answer your question? You put your question 3 times over. May I answer?
Only once. Thank you. With 3 times the effect.
Yeah. Well, may I answer? Firstly, prevailed upon because Mr. Ambani, Anil Ambani, in this case, had zero experience in producing parts or components for aircrafts of this kind. Secondly, we all know that Anil Ambani's company has gone under for all practical purposes. And now, thirdly, clearly there were issues even then because this case was going on then, the Yes Bank Anil Ambani case. So if it was not prevailed upon, then clearly what else was it? Perhaps you might have a description of it. The fact
no, but
remains
if this is, you are indicating, you're trying to say something, you're trying to say that Anil Ambani has good relations with the government, he took advantage of that, and it is because of that that he entered into an agreement with Dassault. But it doesn't answer the question that if this man had such good relations with this government, why is he being raided today? Why is he in trouble today? Why is the government calling him a fraudulent company? Yeah, so I don't know.
Because
okay, so we'd like to get Kishore and then of course Ajay Dua to comment to what you said there. Ajay Dua, please stay on, sir. Ajay Dua, I would like to get you in. Can you hear me? Kishore, before I go to you. Ajay Dua.
Yes, I can.
I can. You heard the highly inflammable Santosh Mehrotra say that, he's close to the government and he's surprised about what went wrong. Is that the right way to look at it, in your view?
I'm not sure, Arnab, if that's the way to describe what's happening now. As of now, Mr. Anil Ambani has been, or the loans given to him by 2 banks, State Bank of India and Canara Bank, have been treated as malfeasance and described as fraudulent loans to him. Similarly, the move today of ED to explore whether there has been any violation of the Prevention of Money Laundering Act also doesn't indicate that the government is supporting him. So I would think that it's probably a conjecture, no more than a conjecture, to say that the Dassault, the manufacturers of Rafale, were prevailed upon to give him the contract, because if you will recall at that point of time, it was soon after the split between the 2 brothers, and Anil Ambani continued to have a controlling stake in Reliance Telecom, which was at that point of time doing rather well. So if somebody has business experience, telecom certainly is not a manufacturing business, but it was a long experience in running the industrial house, earlier under father's guidance, then later with the other brother.
But Ajay Dua, can you explain one thing to me?
Yes.
How is he managing to get away by bribing, as has been alleged, the officials, including promoter of Yes Bank? And all this money was being given to him, 3,000 crores, between 2017 and 2019.
Yeah.
Right? And he took this money and then he took out the money, and the borrowers had common addresses, common directors. The money taken from the bank was diverted, Kishore, to promoter group entities, which means within his family.
Right.
So he was circulating money and giving bribes to people who were giving him the money.
Yeah. Good evening to all my panelists. First, I would like to address one point which Mr. Santosh Mehrotra said.
Just like to say one thing.
This is something I hate. Actually, if you are talking about finance and financial implications of what's happened, let's not start targeting the government. Because as famously the Congress and people like Mr. Santosh Mehrotra, with due respects to him, who have been claiming, the government supports Ambani, Adani. Here is a classic case where the Ambanis have been raided. So let's not talk about the government. That's not the topic of the day.
You can't call this Ambani's, as you know that there is hardly any link there, business-wise, between the two brothers. So
correct.
Yeah,
I duly agree. I duly
so
agree.
you're trying to generalize something, which is not right.
No, I'm not generalizing. I'm being very specific that the government favors. These words are not.
No,
correct.
my point is, Kishore, with no disrespect for Anil Ambani, see, he's been under scrutiny earlier.
Correct.
Now, how has he done something so bad again?
Okay. Arnab, let me explain this part. Now, these are
what gave him the courage to do so?
Okay. Hear me out.
This
Arnab.
kind of stuff should have stopped, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Then how is this kind of stuff happening again?
Yeah, I am not here the spokesperson of ADAG, and
No, you are not. But I'm saying this sounds like a Vijay Mallya kind of operation, right? Broadly.
Absolutely. But let's be
Or worse, because Vijay, or worse.
Okay, Arnab, hear me out. Let me explain. First of all, the Banking Regulations Act, which is the RBI Act, have certain provisions. For example, if you or me take a loan on 90 days, if you don't pay on the 91st day, there is an automatic reporting called NPA. So these are rules and frameworks under which RBI operates. Today, the ED has searched over 50 locations, 35 premises have been searched. And what is important to understand, these are acquisition at this level. Currently, the tag of fraudulent account, which has been given by SBI and Canara Bank. And by the way, let's not forget that what Canara Bank had accused the ADAG group was withdrawn later. So what is the final outcome is something we have to wait. I am not defending, but let me say, answering your pointed question, how is he able to get away? This cannot be done by an individual. Let's understand. So there is a bank involved.
I am saying, why should the public pay for anyone else's fraud?
Absolutely.
It's the taxpayer who suffers. We keep saying corporate governance. These people buy land and yachts and gold. The retail investor suffers. There are chaos at bank outlets. We all remember what happened during the NBFC crisis of 2020. The public suffered. By March 2020, deposits plunged to approximately 54%. We remember what happened in that company. I'm talking about Yes Bank. We know what happened there.
Yeah, yes Bank has gone down under the hammer. Today, a Japanese bank is taking over. So the condition is bad, agreed. But you have to understand that there are multiple stakeholders involved. It's not one corporate. There is a credit department. A Canara Bank is a PSU. How did a PSU, without the approval of RBI, sanction large ticket loans?
I don't know. I mean, let Santosh respond to you. I am concerned about siphoning off of public funds, or public funds now at the end of the day, right? That was PSU Bank's public funds, but this is also public funds in a way.
Yeah, it is public funds.
Then what happens to the public, Shriram? What happens to the public? You see, I'm only...
Coming back, Yes Bank in particular, if you see the previous dispensation where the promoter Rana Kapoor was cohorts with and signed off on many loans, including this 3,000 crore loan to the ADAG group. But Yes Bank itself in 2020 was recapitalized by private investors, other banks, SBI, etc. The people who lost out were the depositors did not lose out. The people who lost out were stock market investors of Yes Bank because the stock price tanked and it is still well nigh.
But Shriram, why did it take so long? This Yes Bank scam was 2020. This is 2025. Bit long, no?
So that
for people to realize or come to a
anything,
conclusion.
Investigating agencies need to act pronto because even the SEBI investigation order came out only in April 2024, which is last year. SBI and Canara Bank have marked these accounts as fraud only earlier this year. Today ED has raided, so it's been almost 5 years since even S Bank had
5 years
new
to
management.
raid is too long, right?
Yeah.
5 years to raid is too long, right?
Is very long. And
why has it taken so long is the precise question which I go back to Santosh Mehrotra with. Why is the system taken 5 years to wake up? Why no answers on that? 5 years? Ajay Dua to wake up on this? To say we got to raid Anil Ambani companies?
Yes, indeed, Arnab. it is rather long and it should not have taken that much of time to come to the conclusion that there has been, I use the word malfeasance, till it is established that it is anything more than that. But malfeasance itself
I'm only
is
asking
enough
you,
cause for investigation.
Ajay ji, a 55-year-old farmer from Tamil Nadu died by suicide because the loan agents told him that you took a 5 lakh rupee loan, you missed one installment. He said, I have given my land as collateral. The agent says, I will not give you an extension. Then he consumed pesticide and he died. This is the reality in our country. And on the other hand, the great Anil Ambani takes thousands of crores of rupees, thousands, pays a bribe here and there, all allegedly, and passes off the money to promoter companies, and now will hire some expensive lawyers. And we've been fiddling our thumbs for 5 years. Something's not meeting, something's not looking right about this.
See, Arnab, I'm in no difference with you on that subject. It should have been done much earlier. All the investigating agencies, as before, including what has been done today by ED to find out whether there is any money laundering also involved in it, could have been done earlier.
That's good, but why not?
In the inquiry.
Why not? Why not?
Unfortunately, it was.
No. Why not, Shira?
Yes.
Why not? My question is, why not so far?
I think one, as some other panelists said, there is political connections. There is a sense of, I would think, somebody has a stature and the like, and is connected politically. So from that perspective, the investigating agencies drag their feet. Two is, unless there is a specific complaint, investigating agencies act very slowly. Three is, the nature of these crimes are also complex crimes. It's not a single loan, as you said, a farmer taking a loan.
Correct.
These are money which are channelized through multiple firms. Tracing these fund transactions itself takes ages, and if it's done offshore, that is out of India.
Then what happens now? I mean, why has he never been investigated? Why has he never been questioned? Why has he never faced that level of interrogation? Will he now be interrogated for hours? Will he be put in custody? These are questions. Is it too dangerous to ask these questions of important corporate, quote-unquote, corporate figures? See, I ask you here, Rana Kapoor, by the way, was in Taloja jail. And I can tell you one thing. You know, when the Congress government put me in jail, Santosh, right? Why did they put me in jail? On a charge which Chandraju said that there was no case, but they wanted to put me in jail. So they put me in Taloja jail. I'll tell you a story, Professor Mehrotra. When I went to jail, right, I saw that there were two sets of people. One set of people in Taloja jail who were very uncomfortable and wanted to get out. The second set of people, Kishore, I think I've told you this, are people who were very comfortable inside jail because they were crooks. And there were crooks who were comfortable among crooks. And among those crooks were people who were involved in the DHFL and all these financial scams. They were walking around like they're having a party, playing football in the middle of the jail. They never wanted to come out. They were absolutely comfortable with all the convicts out there.
Yeah, Arnab,
My point is, the DHFL guys, right, went to jail. The Yes Bank promoter went to jail. Is this only a raid we are talking about here, Santosh Mehrotra? Is this only a raid we are talking about here? Because Naresh Goyal, if I'm not mistaken, of Jet Airways, went to jail. Is it a right or a wrong question? Sir?
No, it's a right question. It's a right question, Arnab. I think it's the job of investigative journalists to find out how it has taken 3 to 4 years for this fraud matter, and the fraud amounting to 14,000 crores apparently should come to light and it should be investigated. Now, of course, people in the ED could claim that, oh, we were putting together all the paperwork. There were multiple lenders to ADAG, and because it took us time to put all the papers together. But the fact of the matter is that the investigation should have been done much, much faster. So, if it was not done fast enough, was it merely because they were putting papers together, or it leaves open the question, and no one has the answer, is it because of the political connections of the gentleman?
Kishore, he brings back the question twice, you need to answer.
Yeah. Okay. So, Mr. Mehrotra, you have every right to question it. There is nothing wrong. But until and unless some charge is proved, you cannot join the dots backward because it has to be proved. I am not defending. Just hear me out. The way I gave patience and heard you out, please hear me out. Mr. Mehrotra, my point is very simple. These are charges now. I am not defending the company, but I will answer one very important question which Arnab raised, which is that why does it take 5 years? Today, Arnab, in this country, ease of doing business for you and me to get a 1 crore loan, we'll have to submit 100 documents. But if you want to get a 1,000 crore loan, you just need a phone call. That's the sad and the real truth of this country. Man. And the most important thing is that one of my friends, auditor, told me one thing. If you do a 1 crore fraud, you are behind the bars. If you do a 100 crore fraud, there are 100 people to save you. This is the unfortunate truth. I hope this ever changes. But having said that, I would not like to give a judgment. I am not privy.
Come on, Kishore, don't walk the fine line.
No,
don't do this. Unlike you, man, you're walking the fine line. Kishore Subramaniam is being a fence sitter tonight. And Kishore, you don't sit well on the fence. You're going to fall like Humpty Dumpty when you sit off the fence.
No.
You're going to have a great Humpty Dumpty fall. You're not a fence sitter by nature.
Yeah.
Why are you fence sitter for Anil Ambani?
No, Arnab, I am not a spokesperson.
Be like Republic. Don't give a damn about people. Just say, speak the truth. Speak the truth. Speak the truth always. Be uninhibited like me.
Okay, if I was a fence sitter, Arnab, I would not be in your show.
No, look at Santosh Mehrotra. He's looking up, heaving, getting irritated listening to you.
He's a very good friend of mine. He's a nice friend. I can call him after this show and tell him.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the Anil Ambani mystery continues on the other side tonight. Why I feel India should not play cricket with Pakistan even in the Asia Cup. But more importantly, why I'm terribly angry that the convicts of the Mumbai train blast, even though their acquittal has been reversed, are still not going to go back to jail. And why I disagree with the Honorable Supreme Court of India on that when I'm back.
Time for a quick breather. Arnab will be right back with the debate.
Amity has been ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally, a testimony to Amity's globally benchmarked quality.
Sarah, this is your space, play it your way.
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला। भारत की अपनी दुकान, इंडिया सोना, अपने देश का सामान, इंडिया सोना, इंडिया सोना, इंडिया सोना।
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
Sarah, this is your space, play it your way.
I'm looking forward to being part of the Republic AI Pre-Summit on July 25th. We will be diving into the latest breakthroughs in artificial intelligence, its growing impact.
Time for a quick breather. Arnab will be right back with the debate.
Where the software engineer meets the gifted content writer, meets the cool UI UX designer, meets the talented photographer to create the big dream. The world comes together at Sharda University. So where are you?
Play it your way. Sarah, this is your space, play it your way.
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला। सिप सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप। Play it your way. Sarah, this is your space, play it your way.
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, time for the nation's sharpest opinion. And I would like to begin by saying tonight that once again, extremely politely and with the greatest of humility, I would, with all my conviction, question what the Supreme Court of India has done today once again. I would like to question why the Supreme Court, while staying a Bombay High Court judgment, acquitting all the 12 convicts in the 7/11 Mumbai train blast case of 2006, also said that the released men, seen there so happy, celebrating, need not go back to jail. I do not understand this. These men have not been acquitted. Their acquittal has been stayed, which means that as of today, they continue to be convicts in the Mumbai train blast case. 189 people died. These are the men who are certainly more than in the arrow of suspicion. They have been convicted by a lower court, which means as of today, they have not been acquitted in a case in which 189 citizens of India died. They are therefore convicted in a case of terrorism. And today they are celebrating, happy, oh so happy to be with their families. But they know, all of these people celebrating, they know that 189 families were torn apart because of their actions. And I will continue to say this till they are acquitted. Because of their actions, 189 people allegedly lost their lives in 2006, and they are back. And the Supreme Court said today that while they are staying the acquittal, which means they remain convicts, for some strange reason, for some reason I don't understand, for some reason I disagree with the Supreme Court with, the Supreme Court says they will remain free. What kind of a country are we, ladies and gentlemen, where people who have not been acquitted and who therefore continue to be convicted in one of the biggest terrorist cases in our country are going to be sitting at home, watching TV, going to the mall, going to fancy restaurants, eating well, sleeping well, being with their families? If this is not special treatment, then what is? If this is not special treatment,
then what is special treatment? I ask you viewers today, just let's add simple rational thought to this. If in America you had people convicted in 9/11 who'd been acquitted by one of the appellate courts, but whose acquittal was to be stayed by the Supreme Court of America, which means they remain convicted, they remain under investigation, they remain under trial, but they remain convicted. Would all the convicts not acquitted roam around shopping in Manhattan and celebrating their freedom? This country's constitution gives me absolute right to disagree, not with the decision to stay the acquittal by the Supreme Court, but to disagree with the decision of the Supreme Court that the released men need not return to jail. This is a country where a common man gets stuck in jail for 50 years and is released when he turns 104. When it is said that the case never existed, his wife has died, his children have died, his life is over. And that's the man out there, ladies and gentlemen. He got stuck in jail for 50 years. When he came out, his life was almost over. Then the court says to him, you're so old, you're 104 years old, go away. But doesn't give him justice. And on the other, ladies and gentlemen, 189 people died in the 7/11 Mumbai train blast case. And while the acquittal of these people has been stayed, they're out there celebrating with their families, and they will not go back to jail. And then we say, we must be tough on terrorism. When the courts debate technicalities and evidence, terrorists don't. We must remember always, yesterday in Gujarat, the Gujarat Anti-Terror Squad, just yesterday, arrested 4 men who were linked to the Al-Qaeda. There they are. So are we saying that terrorism is over in this country? And we are told that no, the people who are convicted in the 7/11 Mumbai train blast case will not go back to jail. If they won't go back to jail, who should? A petty thief? Or someone who's been wrongly accused in a minor case? But they should not go back to jail. Why? Why should they get special treatment? The nation wants to know. In Kashmir, 250 overground terror workers have been picked up in the aftermath of Operation Sindoor. Al-Qaeda operatives in our country are still recruiting online in Delhi, Ahmedabad, Noida. Can we, as a country, afford to send a message that botched probes are forgiven and forgotten? You see, these things make us extremely angry. And while these people celebrate, I ask you tonight, as a citizen of India to another, who speaks for the 189 people who died in the Mumbai train blast case? I respect the courts greatly, but with the greatest of respect, justice should not be seen to be done in a vacuum. And justice should be seen to be done. But if justice is seen to be done in a vacuum, it raises even more serious questions. And if nobody else, then Republic will question it. Let's debate.
Three days after the Bombay High Court acquitted 12 accused in the 2006 Mumbai train blast case, the Supreme Court heard the matter and decided to give a stay order, but with a catch. The 12 acquitted accused who have also been released will not be re-arrested.
Appearing for the Maharashtra government, Solicitor General Tushar Mehta argued in the Supreme Court that the state is not seeking to get the 12 acquitted men back to the jail. Instead, he raised concerns about certain legal findings in the Bombay High Court's acquittal order that could affect the future MCOCA trials. And he also argued that the Bombay High Court's order should not be treated as a precedent. Now, given that the argument was based on a question of law, taking note, the Supreme Court then decided to stay that particular part of the High Court's order and issued a notice on the main appeal.
The Maharashtra government, welcoming the ruling, said that it is significant that this judgment won't be treated as a precedent.
देखिए, इस बात का सेटिस्फैक्शन है कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने स्टे दिया है, क्योंकि लोअर कोर्ट का जो जजमेंट था उसमें सभी अपराधियों को सज़ा दी गई थी। हाई कोर्ट ने उनको बरी कर दिया, इसलिए महाराष्ट्र सरकार सुप्रीम कोर्ट आई थी और आज सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने उसके ऊपर स्टे लगाया है। मैं ऐसा मानता हूँ कि ये बहुत सही कदम है।
However, questions are now being asked. If the ruling cannot be treated as a precedent, was there special approach taken in this case that led to the release of the 12 accused? In a nation torn by terror, where just yesterday Gujarat ATS busted a terror module of Al-Qaeda, was there a soft approach in the 2006 Mumbai train blast case that led to the overturn of the judgment?
जो रेल ब्लास्ट में जिन लोगों की जान चली गई, उन्हें बहुत दुख होना बिल्कुल स्वाभाविक है, लेकिन बड़ी ये चौंकाने वाली बात है कि जिस सेशन कोर्ट ने 5 अभियुक्तों को फांसी की सजा दी थी, 7 अभियुक्तों को आजीवन कारावास की सजा दी थी, वो सभी सबूत मुंबई हाई कोर्ट ने ठुकरा दिए। इसका मतलब कुछ तो कमियां थी क्या नहीं, इसका संशोधन राज्य सरकार जरूर करेगी।
Questions are being raised on the probe itself under the then Congress governments. However, Congress MP Abhishek Manu Singhvi said we'll look at the quality of justice instead.
The pride we must feel in our country, in the most disgusting, horrible, terrible, condemnable event of such terrible deaths, ghastly deaths. Look at the trial and the quality of justice these people have got. Full trial at the first level and longer trial in the second level, and now no doubt the Supreme Court will go into it in detail. So it's not the right idea to talk about sub judice merits. The right idea is to think of how great our system is, that it gives you a fair crack of the whip.
Meanwhile, the AIMIM is questioning the Maharashtra government's appeal to begin with.
बीजेपी से और केंद्र सरकार से पूछना चाह रहे हैं कि कल अगर मालेगांव ब्लास्ट में और महाराष्ट्र सरकार से मालेगांव ब्लास्ट में अगर कल वो भी रिजर्व फॉर जजमेंट हो, मिसाल के तौर पर मान लिया जाए जो नहीं होना चाहिए, अगर कोर्ट डिसाइड करेगा कि वो एक्यूज्ड एक्विट हो गए, तो अपील करेंगे आप?
19 years since the blast, the fight for justice continues. The only question that remains is, when will the victims get justice?
Okay. Atikur Rahman and Abdul Razak, you must be very happy with this verdict, because the convicts in the Mumbai train blast case will be staying at home watching serials and going to movie halls and going to malls. All life is normal. They'll celebrate their freedom.
What are you feeling? What are you feeling?
Arnabji, this is not the first time, right?
They'll be celebrating their freedom.
You know that this is not the first time, right?
You are questioning the Supreme Court. You want
Arnabji, this is
justice or
not the first time,
victimization?
right?
Both of you don't speak
do you
together.
failed
I have
to
a right to
establish-
disagree with the Supreme Court. Yeah. What are you saying, Atik? Stop. Tell me.
You need justice or you need victimization.
I need
You are
justice.
questioning the
I need
Supreme
justice
Court
or I
saying
need
that
what?
it should
What did
be
you say?
limited.
I want justice or I want what?
Victimization. Victimization.
Victimization. Okay, let me tell you one thing.
Victimization.
Let me say one thing to you. Suppose you carry out a murder and the court says that you're a murderer. Okay? Then you go to the High Court
and the High Court says you're not a murderer, then there's an appeal against you to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court says, no, you are a murderer. But you will enjoy your time, despite being a murderer, despite your acquittal being stayed. You must go to the mall, watch TV, enjoy, have sweets, go to the airport, chill out, have a good time.
What for the rapists of Bilkis Bano doing? Tuhin Sinha's party was spreading sweets when they were on bail, not acquitted. Not acquitted, mind you. Bilkis Bano's rapists were...
But Bilkis Bano's rapists are back in jail. But Bilkis Bano's rapists are back in jail. They're not going to be having bread pakoras in a shop next to you.
They were garlanded.
Bilkis Bano's rapists are where they should be, in jail, not walking in a mall sipping black coffee. I can't believe it, viewers. I cannot believe it. I want to ask Chirag Chauhan, who is a survivor of the Mumbai train blast. He's an activist. I want to ask you today, Chirag, good evening, that these pictures that you're seeing here of the people who are convicted and then acquitted, and then their acquittal stopped, right? You're taking the wrong pictures on the left. Thank you. When you see these pictures, Chirag, what comes to your mind? And now you know that their acquittal has been reversed, which means court is saying they are still convicts in the eyes of the law, but they should have a normal life. What do you think?
A bit disappointed with the judgment of the High Court, and also the stay was, it seems like, the Supreme Court has given some hopes, but I don't know how it will go. Even after 19 years, if we are not able to prove that, who are the real culprits, then the entire system needs to be questioned, right from the investigation till the judiciary. So I guess there should be a common accountability, and someone should be held responsible. If after 19 years we say this 12 people have not done the bomb blast, then who did the bomb blast? And if this 12 people have done the bomb blast, then why they are not behind the bars yet? And why they have been released by the Supreme Court?
The point is the release. But exactly. My question is also to Tuhin Sinha. Tuhin, the government has proposed, and I found this quite surprising, that the government told the bench that if your lordships feel that the judgment is stayed, it's good, but you can say that they don't need to come back to prison. Now you tell me, why is the BJP government of all governments, Tuhin, the BJP government is saying that, the BJP government is saying the convicts can be sitting at home watching Netflix. Why?
Well, Arnab, first of all,
why are you taking? I thought your government, I thought BJP was strong against terrorism. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The BJP came to power on a fundamental premise.
We are.
1 minute, please. Let me complete, please, Tuhin. The BJP came to power on a fundamental premise that terrorism must not be compromised with. Now the BJP is in power, Narendra Modi is the Prime Minister for the third time, and your government has gone to the Supreme Court and said that we have no problem if these convicts can sit at home and enjoy life. They don't need to go to jail. What kind of logic? Why is the BJP becoming soft?
Reiterate, with all responsibility, we continue to have a zero tolerance approach towards terrorism.
That is a stated position. You tell me why in this case, why did the government say that the convicts need not come back to prison?
The first, let me remind you over here that the first conviction through a Mocha court happened only on 30th September 2015 after a BJP government had come in Maharashtra. So these people were dragging their feet from 2006 to 2014. Now coming to, what happened in Supreme Court, I am sure, the legal advisors of the government have taken a stand on which I cannot comment. But yes, we were extremely disappointed with the ruling of the
one minute.
Mumbai High
Let
Court
me
on Monday,
ask you this. Tuhin, 1 minute. Tuhin, allow me please, and let me answer this. Tuhin, let me remind you about, how historically strong my views on terrorism have been. And I believe that I have every right to say that I am extremely disappointed. And I am perhaps the only person who can tell you this straight on your face today. That I am extremely, unbelievably disappointed that the government of India, the central government, is saying in the Supreme Court that we have... Sir, please allow me. That you are going...
Don't you have faith in the judiciary?
What are you saying?
Don't you have faith in the judiciary?
1 minute.
Why are you disappointed?
Because I'm disappointed. You will decide whether I'm disappointed. If I open the lines, people will know whether they are... Okay, people, open the lines.
The judiciary.
Viewers, open the lines.
Of the judiciary.
Mr. Razak.
Decision is being
Mr. Razak, I am an unconventional kind of guy. Let me tell you, I am an unconventional person. I know my democratic limits, and I have every right as a citizen of India and as a prominent television anchor and editor in this country to completely disagree both with the government and the Supreme Court. And there will be very few people in this country who will come on a 9 o'clock program and say, I am disappointed by the Supreme Court, but I am also disappointed by the central government. You should be happy that there are some people in this country like me who can say clearly that the Supreme Court, in my view, is wrong and the central government is wrong. Name one more person who will say that.
Sir, give me just 1 minute. Will you please? Just 1 minute.
You talk for 2 minutes, but put your finger down. Don't speak to me with your finger up.
West Bakery case, Delhi blast case, Simi activists of Madhya Pradesh case, Malegaon blast case, Mecca Masjid blast case, Ajmer Dargah blast case, 2002 Hyderabad Task Force Office blast case, Delhi serial blast case, Parliament attack case, 2008 Ahmedabad serial blast case, Jaipur blast case, Ghatkopar blast case, Hyderabad Saidabad blast case, Coimbatore blast case. In all these cases, people were acquitted for lack of evidence. It is only because the agencies wanted to prove that they have brought justice. When they failed to actually give some kind of evidence in front of court.
In 2006, by November, by November 2006, Arnab, can I make an important point, please? By November 2006, all of these convicts had been arrested, but the UPA failed to build a watertight case. And like I've just reminded you,
I don't want to talk about UPA.
The case did not move.
Tuhin, there is only one point.
Even the Mocha conviction happened only after we expedited the case. Even the Mocha conviction had happened only after we had expedited the case. Yes, we are disappointed by the High Court ruling, but we will take it up, and we are taking it up in the Supreme Court. Our stand should not be questioned. There were many...
I am unequivocal in my view on certain issues. Razak, can you just 1 minute? I want to tell something to Tuhin, this is important. Tuhin, let me say to you today that I feel terrible about what the government is allowing. I'll tell you two things, both debate 1 and debate 2 at 9 to 10 today. I cannot believe that the government of India will allow the BCCI to play cricket with Pakistan in the Asia Cup. And I think people's blood will boil. I am saying this tonight. If you allow this, and you cannot get away saying BCCI is a private body, you must stop. The government of India, the central government, the Modi government must stop the Indian cricket team from being forced to play with Pakistan in Dubai or wherever for the Asia Cup. Second reason I'm very angry today is that the government of India says it has no problems if the convicts of the Mumbai train blast case remain at home and not go to jail. The Supreme Court, even the Supreme Court says that in principle the acquittal of the 12 accused in the Bombay High Court judgment under the Mokoka and terrorism charges cannot be treated as precedent, which means the Supreme Court thinks that this case cannot be treated as a model case for argument, which means this is unfortunately a special or soft interpretation in this case. That means it cannot become precedent prima facie. And I'm saying to you tonight, Tuhin, why is this government going soft? You go soft a wee bit. You ask Chirag how he feels. You ask me how I feel. I feel strongly about it. I feel strongly against what the Supreme Court has done today, and I feel strongly against the position of the central government on the matter.
Particular point,
real culprits were not arrested.
My question was to Tuhin.
On the particular point of allowing the release, I have said, you know, the legal advisors of the government would be able to answer
but why
this.
it is
But
your
on
government?
all other points, there is not a single occasion where the government
Chirag,
has let up.
Open the
there
lines.
has been absolutely no let up.
Live. Take the calls live.
There has been absolutely
Viewers,
no
you must speak up on
zero
this.
tolerance attitude to
No, zero tolerance I want to see in effect. I do not want to see zero tolerance in promise. Let me tell you one thing, Tuhin, my viewers know me. I have fought so hard. I have fought hard from 2006. I was in Mumbai when this happened. 19 years, Tuhin, longer than you have been in politics. I have fought hard against terrorism and its sponsors in this country. And I feel terrible today. I feel terrible today. I feel terrible. I feel terrible that you are saying that these people can be at home. Why are they going to be at home? If the Supreme Court acquits them, let them be at home. But if the Supreme Court has not acquitted them, they should be in jail.
I absolutely share your sentiments, Arnab. Can you hear me out, please? I absolutely share your sentiments.
And you're also going to allow the BCCI to play cricket with the Pakistanis. You're going to, after a few days after the martyrs of Pahalgam, their blood has not died, and you're going to allow the Indian cricket team to play with Pakistan, where we are going to be put in one round so that Pakistan and India matches can get higher advertising, and on the basis of that money can be made. You must stop this Asia Cup from being a situation where we play cricket with Pakistan. We are not going to play cricket with Pakistan. We must not be allowed to play cricket with Pakistan.
That is not something I'm talking about.
I'm talking about it.
No, that is a different issue. You can take it.
I'm talking about it. I am talking about it. I am screaming about it. I'm angry about it, Tuhin.
You are talking about it. My point to
I'm angry. Why are these convicts going to be sitting at home?
Attacks. My limited point, if you allow me to complete, my limited point on the terror attacks which were taking place in 2006, 2008, you would also admit that in
I don't want to talk about 2006. You are in power. This is 2025.
So the conviction, there is a process being followed. Please
the process does not mandate for them to be sitting at home. The process mandates for them to be in jail if they were to be treated as ordinary citizens. Why are they not being treated as ordinary citizens?
Arnab, come on, you know how
investigations carry out. You went to the court. You went to the court, Tuhin. You went to the court and you said, I have no problem if they stay at home.
Investigation in the early stages. If there is a botch-up in investigation in the early stages, it
you said in court.
We have tried everything to correct that.
Did you say in court that I have no problem if they stay at home? I have a problem if they stay at home. Republic viewers have a problem if they stay at home. Members of the Nationalist Collective have a problem if they stay at home. Why should they stay at home? Call me an ultra right-winger if you want to.
Why are you questioning me on this?
Because you're from the BJP. It's the central government which took this position in court. Who should I ask?
No, I have asked you to speak to the legal minds. I'm on the issue. You know, you need to jog your memory back to 2006.
My memory is jogged, exercised, and is on a marathon 24/7.
Had it not been due to the efforts of our government, even the Mocha conviction of 2015 would have been difficult. That was the kind of investigation which UPA had carried on. We had ensured that
lines are open. I'm taking Shruti from Mumbai on the line, please. Shruti, what do you think?
First 8 years were wasted.
I'll take a couple of reactions. I'm so angry about this tonight. Shruti from Mumbai.
Good evening, sir.
What do you think?
This is a case which should have been solved here.
Sir, my very close relative and immediate family member was a victim in this blast. He was in the first class compartment and he lost 80% of his hearing ability. Is this democracy? is this Viksit Bharat, a normal life for those terrorists who have shaken the normal life of 189 families.
Yeah.
Our trust has eroded, not in the judiciary alone, but in the government. BJP has been in power for over 10 years now, and yet I don't see a single change in the judiciary. Don't just say zero tolerance for terrorism in your political rallies. Show it in your damn actions. We have had enough.
Thank you, Shruti. I feel very strongly too, as you know. Harish Prabhu from Mumbai, a lot of callers from Mumbai tonight. Thank you for watching tonight. Harish ji.
Yeah, today I feel like hanging my head in shame, because of the fact that as an Indian, there's is really, a matter of shame. The reason I'm telling you is that, not my relative, but my colleague who is a senior banker who actually from Churchgate to Goregaon, when he went, there were shrapnels and he died, and we have been scurrying for 2 days to find him in a hospital, and he died in my hands. And believe me, all the people who are on the panel, including Mr. Atik and all, should be, ashamed of the fact that a fellow Mumbaiite has gone and a fellow Indian has gone. These are premeditated.
No, but the government is saying it's okay if they stay at home, Harish. I can't believe.
No, so the government is completely wrong.
Harish, please accept my sincere sympathies.
He doesn't need your sympathies. He doesn't need your sympathies. He's telling you that this is not justice.
The CDRs were destroyed not by these people. The CDRs were destroyed by the investigating agency.
Okay, we have Kuldeep Singh from Mumbai. Kuldeep Singh, quickly, please. Kuldeep, what do you think?
Hi, Arnab.
Hi, Kuldeep.
Like you said, you are unconventional. I am also very, very unconventional. I was just narrating the whole incident to my 18-year-old daughter. What I went through reaching from Juhu all the way down to, VT. That said, and everybody knows what happened. But I want to tell Mr. Tuhin Sinha, and through Mr. Tuhin Sinha, I want to tell our beloved PM, Mr. Modi, that this is unacceptable, unpardonable. The judiciary, the way they have taken this decision is pathetic.
But also on the recommendation of the government, Kuldeep.
Yes,
this is the government's recommendation that they need not go to jail.
Sinha, you and the government, you have let me down. You have let all those supporters who have stood with you, who have voted you. Okay, you have let us down. And let me tell you, you will lose voters like us in the near future if you don't change your stand. You are going too soft on the terror.
And now we are told there'll be cricket with Pakistan in Asia Cup, and government will allow that. It's terrible. Sushil Singhania from Jamshedpur in Jharkhand. Sushil.
Hello.
Hi, Sushil.
Yes, sir. मैं सुशील सिंघानिया बोल रहा हूँ सर जमशेदपुर से।
बोलिए सिंघानिया साहब।
ऐसा है सर, मैं बहुत पुराना फैन हूँ आप लोगों का
जी।
और ये सर जो कुछ भी हो रहा है ना
जी,
ये भाजपा, ये हमारे देश की सरकार का फेल्यूर है और हमारे ही भाइयों को
कुछ तो बोलिए। ये झारखंड से बोल रहे हैं, तुहिन जी आप भी झारखंड से हैं।
परिवार के हमारे लोग जो है ना मारे गए हैं, सब हमारे भाई, सब हमारे लोग थे। और आज सुप्रीम कोर्ट जो है 100 वर्षों के मुकदमे वहां पेंडिंग है।
बोलिए, कुछ तो बोलिए तुहिन जी। प्रफुल्ल गाला मुंबई से कॉल पे है। प्रफुल्ल जी
देखिए अर्नब, मैंने
अच्छा बोलिए एक मिनट प्रफुल्ल जी रुकिए एक मिनट।
बताया 2006 के बाद से 2006 के बाद का उस समय का पूरा इतिहास बताया।
मैं इतिहास नहीं, मैं आज की बात
अगर पहले 100 दिन में आप
वो अलग बात है ना। आप पे क्या व्यवस्था है कि आप सरकार कोर्ट में जाके कहती है कि हमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है अगर वो घर में रहे? ये बताइए मुझे, मैं उसी पॉइंट पे आ रहा हूं।
सरकार इस केस को परस्यू करेगी। इस पर
परस्यू क्या, घर में बैठ रहे ये लोग
है और आगे
प्रफुल्ल गाला
इसको अंजाम तक पहुंचाएगी।
प्रफुल्ल गाला मुंबई। प्रफुल्ल गाला जी बोलिए।
Ridiculous the way the government is taking a stand in the Supreme Court. Where the convicts can stay home, then every Tom, Dick and Harry who does this and acquitted, he goes home and
that's what I'm saying.
We are at risk. And
That's
think
what I'm
about
saying,
the people
Praful. I'm not going to feel happy about this. This is very bad. Manish Sinha from Ghaziabad. So many callers are you seeing everywhere in the country they are watching. Manish Sinha from Ghaziabad.
Yeah. Hi, Arnab. I just
Manish.
want to convey that this is really quite alarming to just see the way the government is acted onto this issue. And surprisingly, I just want to put question to that BJP spokesperson that why he is repeatedly saying, I have done it from 2015, I have done it from 2015. Even if you have done it from 2015, why these people are just scot-free right now? And what you are taking the stand is...
Tuhin, you tell Manish. Tuhin, you tell Manish. You tell Manish. Everybody is asking you, ki, why did you go to court and say that ठीक है, वो जेल न जाए तो ठीक है. आपने क्यों कहा?
Arnab, within a day, we have appealed to the Supreme Court. You know, we could have postponed it like the Congress government keep postponed it. So our urgency is there on the records.
Why is Congress your benchmark?
On this particular issue, you know, on this particular, it is not the benchmark. Please don't, I think, we are having an informed debate, and somebody like you should not be questioning the government because you followed both the governments. So our intent is very much there on this particular issue.
Even the Supreme Court has said we agree with the government's suggestion that they need not go to jail. They have said something like that. Why this whole angle?
All other issues, my stand is very clear.
I'm very angry about this. I'm very angry. Tuhin, not good.
No, what makes you think that I'm not angry? What makes you think that I'm not angry? Please try to understand that the government works within a system.
Good if you're angry.
What makes you think that I'm not angry?
Good if you're angry. I'm happy you're angry. Be angry against what has happened.
I have witnessed those bomb blasts. I have witnessed those bomb blasts firsthand. Thankfully, in the last 11 years, those bomb blasts used to happen every 35 days.
But I don't know what's going on these days. You should not have said in court that it's okay if they don't go to prison. You should have said, the BJP government should have said, these people should remain in prison for the rest of their life. Your argument lacked conviction.
I have told you that, you can speak to a particular legal advisor of the government. On all other issues, I have reiterated that our stand on terrorism continues to be one of zero tolerance.
Anyway, I just feel so strongly against it.
Why were the investigations so stunning?
Hey, you guys keep quiet. You're worse.
Why were the CDRs lost?
We did not get justice in Babri Masjid case.
Who buried the CDR?
We did not get justice in Babri Masjid case.
When you guys go soft, then the other side also gets encouragement.
We did not get justice in Babri Masjid case. We kept quiet.
What Babri Masjid case? What Babri Masjid case? The temple has been built. Deal with it. And ladies and gentlemen, 2 days ago was the 3-month anniversary of the Pahalgam attack of 22nd of April. And after 3 months, our great BCCI, which says it's a private body, Indian Cricket Board, has forgotten what happened. What kind of BCCI is this? In the finals of first they didn't stop the matches after Pahalgam. Then they offered, or rather invited the 3 service chiefs. They had the temerity to invite them for the finals. Thank God the service chiefs didn't go, because that was a marketing gimmick. And now we are hearing, ladies and gentlemen, that there is a possibility of India and Pakistan being in the same group for the Asia Cup, which apparently we are going to be hosting in Dubai. Which means that the blood of the Pahalgam victims has not dried, and our great BCCI and our great cricket team will be helping some groups make a lot of money by playing cricket with Pakistan. I stand lock, stock and barrel against this decision, if it is true, to play cricket with Pakistan. And I request the government of India to put the richest cricket board of the world in its place on this subject. Money and cricket, and the money of cricket and the cricket of money is not more important than national interest. We have with us on that Madan Lal. I'd like to start with him, with General Bakshi, Chandrasekhar Luthra, former senior sports journalist, and Pula Rao. Madan Lalji, now what do we do here? this BCCI wants to play cricket matches. And they say it's okay. We've got Debashish Datta with us also tonight. Debashish Datta, I want to start with you, your take on this. They want to say, he's a famous cricket journalist from Kolkata. They want to say that it's okay, we'll play cricket. It's not a bilateral series, so don't complain too much. What's your take, sir? Should we play cricket with Pakistan now?
Not at all. Not
Thanks
the
for
right
saying
time.
that.
This is not the right time, and we have to clearly say that we are not going to play with any of the Pakistan team. A senior bunch of boys were planning to have a match in London. It has been cancelled. Thankfully, Shekhar Dhawan, Irfan Pathan and his brother Yusuf Pathan refused to play. I'm so glad to know this news that the cricketers for which they have got their fame and everything, the cricket is their livelihood. We know this, but as far as Pakistan is
middleman, come on,
not anywhere, be it in England, be it in, and I don't know how India and Pakistan can be placed in the same group. Why?
So it is deliberately placed, I'll tell you, because ज़्यादा पैसा मिलता है. It is simple. India-Pakistan match, more viewership, more money. There is no other logic. Is there? Chandrasekhar Luthra, is there?
Well, I go with your sentiments, Arnab. But the problem is, you can only create this hate mongering by questioning BCCI. You don't understand BCCI is being controlled by your Papa Shah, and Papa Shah's other son controls the International Cricket Council. So they don't have guts to say to all the cricketing nation that we are going to boycott Pakistan by playing. We will only play the Khelo Bharat in India with the domestic players. Your problem is that you will not question the China Open. He's also the top enemy of India. They were the one who were supporting Pakistan in Operation Sindoor. You will never question them because Indian shuttlers are playing in China Open right now. Your weak point or your sentiments, because you are obviously that famous saying that the last resort of any scoundrel is nationalism. You will create this hate mongering because you are not a sportsman. You will only want people to say that boycott everything from Pakistan, but you will not question China. I'm all with you. Boycott China, boycott Pakistan, everything. But you have no guts to question the Shah family, the Shah empire, who are controlling cricket, who are controlling BCCI, who is controlling ICC. That's my problem.
Okay, now Chandrasekhar, yes. Listen to me. I will not call you a scoundrel. One minute, listen to me. I will not call you names. I will not call you a scoundrel. I will not even tell the people watching the program what kind of a scoundrel you are, everyone on. I will not tell the people watching the program. Now it's my turn. I'm going to give it back. I'm going to give it back. So listen, I'm going to be giving it back. Take it with a smile, yeah? Take it with a smile. People will tell you that even if you got a thrashing from Arnab, it's a privilege. Everyone on. It's a privilege to be thrashed by me. Now listen to me. Listen to me, Chandrasekhar Luthra. The point is very simply this. That as far as I'm concerned, we were 85 days back at war with a scoundrel country called Pakistan. And Lieutenant Vinay Narwal, 1 minute, listen to me now, 1 minute. Just be quiet. You're going to get it back nice and hard. You're going to get it back, so just be ready, just be ready. This is the famous Arnab treatment you're getting. Now what happens is, Shubham Dwivedi's wife was here in my studios. You see, unlike you, I don't do the farcical stuff like you. I had the whole family of Shubham Dwivedi here. It was my life's privilege to meet them. And I told his family, and I told his father, and I told his wife.
You're telling the same.
I told his wife, just be quiet for a minute. Just be quiet for a minute. Listen to me. I'm not calling you a scoundrel. So listen to me, be happy. But he was gunned down in front of his wife. And his wife said that I feel so proud that when he was asked, are you Hindu or Muslim? He said, I'm a Hindu. Please understand, Yatish Bhai Parmar and his 17-year-old son Sumit were mercilessly killed in Pahalgam. Shailesh Himmat Bhai Shah, Prashant Kumar Satpathy, Atul Mone,
Lieutenant Vinay Narwal, and thank your stars that in this country there is one Arnab Goswami who can question in one program the BCCI, the Supreme Court and the central government. 1 minute, be quiet, be quiet. One minute, Chandrasekhar Luthra. Now, my whole life I've taken on every system. Be quiet, don't get provoked. Don't get provoked. I say tonight, ladies and gentlemen, let there be a movement in this country against any form of cricket with Pakistan. I will lead it from the front. But I will not watch. I will not watch silently while we play at the slips and play at the gully with a country called Pakistan. And I call upon all sponsors of cricket to boycott such matches if they care one bit for their country. Jal Bakshi is on the debate. Lines are open tonight. Jal Bakshi.
Arnab, I just wish to state that I hope people remember that Operation Sindoor is still on. It has just been paused. It's not a comma, it's not a full stop. And we could have some more hostilities breaking out, I don't know when, anytime, possibly in the winter, possibly next year, but it could re-erupt anytime. Not only were 26 innocent Indian lives, so brutally murdered in Pahalgam. During Op Sindoor, Arnab, I hope we remember that 14 of our people in Rajouri and Punch were killed. They hit a Gurudwara, they killed the Granthi, they killed 12 other human beings. And if I remember correctly, Arnab, I think in the DGMO's briefing, he had mentioned 5 fatalities to our Jawans in the firing on the line of control. Unfortunately, we saw no funerals, nothing, but which is normally shown with a great this thing. I don't know if we can check out this fact, but the very fact that we have had more casualties in Op Sindoor reinforces the point that what cricket are you talking of, man? For which you are prepared to call every nationalist, every patriotic Indian citizen a scoundrel. I'm afraid the boot is on the other leg, sir. It is not the people who are loyal to their country who are scoundrels, but it is people who are after money bags. It is people who want loads and loads and cartloads of money. To hell with principles, to hell with the country, to hell with the people who died. Who cares? Who cares, Arnab? You care and I care. And the people of this country care.
Oh yeah, they do.
Right? And they are not prepared to be called scoundrels because they are patriotic or nationalistic. I'm sorry.
No, you stop this
definition of the country came from.
Program. Ask him why he has given green signal to all the matches with Pakistan who are at international level. He has already said there in the to all the
1 minute. Jal Bakshi.
You have called us all scoundrels.
Call him.
Jal Bakshi.
Call him.
You've called every nationalist patriot a scoundrel.
No, I've called people.
Oh yeah, you did.
Not people.
Oh yeah, you did. Violently.
Don't give this justification. Now.
Okay, we have Manoj calling from ODP.
What justification?
On the call, ladies and gentlemen, your turn tonight to raise your voice and raise it as loud as you can tonight to stop cricket with Pakistan.
Scoundrel!
Manoj is calling from ODP live tonight. My lines are hot and live this evening. Manoj from ODP. Manoj.
Good evening,
Good evening, Manoj.
Good evening, Arnab, sir.
Good evening, Manoj. Yeah.
Sir, it is very shocking that within 2-3 months, people are forgetting. But I have full faith in my cricketers that they will not play with Pakistan.
I also appeal to the cricketers to not play with Pakistan. I appeal to the BCCI to change its decision. I appeal to the senior players. I appeal to Sachin Tendulkar and Rahul Dravid and Saurav Ganguly, right? Anil Kumble to come and say there must be no cricket with Pakistan. Manjunath's calling from Kerala. Manjunath.
हेलो फर्स्ट तुम क्या बोल रहे मालूम नहीं हुआ
Call cut gaya. Vardarajan from Pune. Vardarajan, are you there?
Yeah, I am there.
What would you say on this, Varda?
Why should I say something? See, no, we should not play any cricket with enemy country. That is my clear-cut view. Let it be any country. We should not play with any country for that matter. Leave alone Pakistan. We don't want to play with them.
Thank you, Vardarajan from Pune. Ladies and gentlemen, Pula Rao, you're on the call. What do you think should happen now? You know, people have felt that this is all backstabbing them. Money does not outweigh national interests at all.
Yeah. General, it's very difficult to be on the opposite side of you. But I think what Mr. Luthra said is right. Who is responsible for this confusion? It is not the players or the groundsmen or the people who have an opinion. It is the government. I remember you what happened in 2009 when the IPL wanted to stage their games in the middle of elections and distract the whole country. The government kicked them out and they went to South Africa. You remember that? You know, it's the government's job to put it, you are with me, against me, is not right. The government I just saw the last show, Arnab, you had. Government is on a holiday. Government is on a holiday or sitting on its laurels, I don't know. These are questions which should not come up. These are debates which we have to understand that there's some powerful forces. There's no point in blaming any other player or anyone. The players have no role. They will play if they are ordered to play. And it cannot be a question of patriotism
the players have
individually.
a choice. The players have a choice.
Has to take a stance.
The players, India participating in an India-Pakistan cricket match, which means we are going to be putting money for the Pakistan Cricket Board. The money from Indian sponsorship, Indian viewership will go into the hands of the Pakistan Cricket Board, which is a way of giving money to Pakistan. So every time you watch cricket with Pakistan or you sponsor cricket with Pakistan, you are indirectly supporting the terrorist groups in Pakistan. Ladies and gentlemen, Trilochan from Bengaluru. We must not play cricket with Pakistan. Trilochan from Bengaluru. Trilochan.
Good evening, Arnabji.
Good evening, sir.
Nice listening you, and you are the only son of the soil who raises the issue of all Indian. I want to ask question to you, Arnabji. It is a shame on the people who are taking decision to play with Pakistan. When our innocent people are killed in Pahalgam, 26 innocent people's life gone, and our policy maker taking decision to play with Pakistan, it is shame on every Indian. Please tell the people every Indian hates Pakistani, including Pakistan. We are really sorry listening that our Indian team going to play with Pakistan. It is not.
I hope Chandrasekhar Luthra is listening to you, sir. I mean, Chandrasekhar.
I'm with him. Yeah. I'm with him.
Yeah, yeah.
Ask your sports minister, ask your home minister, who are giving permission to them. Ask your political, that middleman, Rajiv Shukla. Why was he attending meeting with all these people? Whether it was virtually or other. Ask them why they want to play to Pakistan. Ask the sports minister also why you have sent
who
the
do you think I'm asking?
to China to
one minute. Don't you understand simple English? Chandrasekhar Luthra, either you don't understand English or I'll have to teach you on the program. One minute. Chandrasekhar Luthra. Mr. Luthra, listen to me. Listen to me, Mr. Luthra. Mr. Luthra, who do you think I'm asking when I'm saying central government should stop it? Who do you think I'm asking when I'm saying BCCI should stop it? Am I asking Chandrasekhar Luthra?
No.
Jaideep Prabhu is calling from Mumbai. I'm asking the central government and the BCCI, no. I'm not asking the Pondicherry Cricket Board. Jaideep Prabhu from Mumbai. Jaideep Prabhu, what do you think, sir? We have time.
Arnab, hi.
Hi, Jaideep.
I absolutely, there's absolutely no two ways about it that, we shouldn't be playing with them. And they're talking about a neutral venue. This is all absolute nonsense. No cricket with Pakistan, absolutely, and no form of any sport. In fact, just apart from cricket also, nothing.
Nothing, absolutely. I agree, Jaideep. I agree. I'll have to take one last call. Colonel Hingorani is calling from Pune.
Good evening, Pranav. This is Colonel Hingorani.
Sir.
I'm just seeing your channel, and it's a matter of shame that 3 months after this tragic incident in Pahalgam, we are ready to offer another friendship hand with Pakistan and play with them. Can we do without this cricket with Pakistan? Yes or no? can I ask the DCCA, what is so great about playing with Pakistan?
So there's more money, more
Get rid
sponsorship.
of
That's the
them.
only thing. More viewers. The expectation is Indians will watch a lot. We're going to be paying money. Isn't that the thing, Debashish Datta?